Bob Starr, Joe Butita, and Ron Fairley.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bob Starr here at Anaheim Stadium along with Joe Butita. Ron Fairley will join us a little later. It is down to the wire. One game, 2 games separating these two, Kansas City and the Angels, but the magic number 1 game, so a loss there, a win here, a win here, a win there, makes no difference. I guess there are a number of combinations, but really what's necessary is a victory here this afternoon for the Angels, Joe, and they've got themselves a Western Division title.
And the surprising thing about this time of the year, there's only 2 games left, but there's so much baseball left to be played, and with Charlie Huff on the mound for the Rangers, it's going to be doubly tough for California. Although it is a day game, and some of the players feel that his knuckler is easy to spot in the day game. We'll see.
He was very, very good the other day. Ken Forsch had one of those kind of outings that gives you nightmares when he threw 4 pitches in the first inning the last time out, and all of a sudden there were 4 runs on the board. I hope that doesn't happen today. What we're going to do is give you a glimpse of what's going on in Kansas City. Let's join Lon Simmons and Harmon Killebrew in Kansas City in the 5th inning.
Want to welcome the fans from Southern California and KTLA. The runner going Wilson. The throw not in time. He steals second. Wilson had just beaten out a base hit to shortstop. The score here 2-2. The A's scored twice in the 4th inning. The Royals with single runs in the 1st and 4th. Now in this inning, it is Wilson at second base with UL Washington at the plate. Wilson stealing second after his infield hit, and you see Wilson picking up the stolen base again. Harmon Killebrew with us, and Harmon, Wilson's speed is unbelievable.
Well, it really is. He just beat out that infield hit with just sheer speed. He hit a line shot to the shortstop and beat it by a step at first base.
1-1 count to UL Washington is 2 for 2. The Royals picked up a run in the 1st on Wilson's triple, and Washington's following double. Foul back, 2-2. Then the A's, after Vida Blue had a struggle through the first 3, the A's left 8 men on the bases. They left the bases loaded in the 1st. He struck out Klutz to end that inning. They had the bases loaded in the 2nd after a leadoff triple by Moore. And Lopes struck out to end that inning. Then he walked 2 men with 2 out in the 3rd, and Newman struck out to end that inning. Popped up foul, maybe playable. Newman coming back. Does he have room in the corner? He can't get it. The A's finally scored in the 4th inning when Blue walked his 7th man. That was Henderson with 1 out. And you'll watch Newman go after this ball again. The score tied 2. Newman tries for that catch, and now with the A's 2, the Royals 2, in the bottom of the 5th inning, we'll go back to KTLA.
All right, Lon Simmons, thank you. 2-2 out in Kansas City. As I said, a win here or a loss there or a loss there, regardless, and it's all finished for the day. Let's check over the lineup for today, and here's Joe Butita.
Thank you. The lineups for the Texas Rangers: batting first in center field, the rookie George Wright. Batting second, the shortstop Wayne Tollison. Johnny Grubb will bat third and play left field. Followed by right fielder Larry Parrish batting fourth. The designated hitter Pete O'Brien. Batting number 6, the catcher Jim Sundberg. Pat Putnam will line up at first base and bat 7th. Bill Stein at third base batting 8th. And Mike Richard at second base, and Mike will bat 9th. And on the mound for the Texas Rangers, Charlie Huff with a record of 16-12, an ERA of 3.82. Charlie is 1-2 lifetime against the California Angels. And for the Angels, here's how they will bat this afternoon. Batting first in left field, Brian Downing. Rod Carew batting second, playing first base, Fred Lynn. In center field, batting third. Reggie Jackson in right field, he will bat fourth. Doug DeCense will play third and bat 5th. The designated hitter Don Baylor batting 6th. Bobby Grich at second base batting 7th. Batting 8th, the shortstop Tim Foley. And Bob Boone, the catcher, and Bob will bat 9th. Ken Forsch, another veteran, will be on the mound for the Angels. Ken with a record of 13-11, an ERA of 3.78. Now from Anaheim Stadium, please join us in our national anthem.
We're about ready to play baseball this afternoon from Anaheim, and looking on to what could be a pennant-clinching afternoon of baseball here. We're happy you joined us. Bob Starr here, along with Joe Butita. Ron Fairley will be joining us, the umpiring crew at home plate. Bill Kunkel, the crew chief, will work the plate. He'll have Terry Cooney at first base, Vic Voltaggio at second, John Shulock at third, and the Halos take the field. Kansas City has taken the lead over Oakland, 3-2 in the fifth inning. Kansas City leading Oakland 3-2 in the fifth inning. Ken Forsch to the mound, trying to win his 14th of the year. Defensively, Rod Carew at first base. Had a big RBI last night. Bobby Grich at second base. The shortstop, Tim Foley. At third base, Doug DeCinces. In the outfield, Brian Downing, checking the wind conditions out in left field. Fred Land in center field. Had a big home run in last night's game. Had 3 hits. Reggie Jackson, a double late in the game and drove in a big RBI. In right field, the catcher, Bob Boone. On the mound, Ken Forsch, looking for his 14th win of the year. A career mark of 3-3 against Texas. 1-1 this year. This is his 4th start against the Rangers. He has 12 complete games, 4 shutouts on the year, and didn't have very good luck against them last week. Out in Arlington, a good look at the crowd here. It'll be a good crowd. It'll be in the 30,000 range here this afternoon. Looking on to see if they can be here and be present and a part of a little Angel history on this Saturday afternoon at the Big A.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the California Angels and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the expressed written consent of the California Angels is prohibited.
Ready to lead it off for Texas, the switch-hitting rookie center fielder George Wright, who had a hit last night. He's 1 out of 4. They didn't have many hits off of Jeff Zahn. First pitch by Forsch, slapped foul off to the left side. Wright with a 15-game hitting streak, a .269 batting average, 11 home runs, 50 RBIs. Last Sunday in Arlington had to be one of the screwiest first innings I have ever seen. The bunt try up in the air, but no chance for a play by Rod Carew at first, fouled off, and it's 0-2. Ken Forsch threw 4 pitches and was behind 4-0. It was really something. But that is water under the bridge. Tollison waiting on deck. They've changed their lineup around a little bit. They've inserted a couple of people who hadn't been in the lineup before also. No balls, 2 strikes here on George Wright. The changeup hit to Carew. Rodney will play it alone. 1 away. That's the way things begin here this afternoon. It's a festive spirit that pervades here. It is almost a holiday kind of atmosphere, and of course everybody in anticipation of what could happen here today and looking forward to it. The batter, Wayne Tollison, the rookie shortstop. He's a switch hitter. Sliders in for a strike at the knees from Ken Forge. We've not seen him bat from the left side so far this year.
Angels Baseball, sponsored in part by Mark C. Bloom. With over 50 stores to serve you, we take care of your car from the tires up.
1-1 on Tollison. On deck, Billy Sample. Toward Bobby Grich, getting caught between hops almost, but he throws out Tollison for out number 2. 2 down here in the first inning on a couple of ground balls from Ken Forge. And the veteran right-hander from Sacramento now will work. Well, now they have changed around and put Johnny Grubb in there rather than Sample. Grubb playing rather than Sample. So they changed the lineup on us a little bit. Johnny Grubb, who has hit the Angels well, swings on the first pitch and fouls it away. Grubb batting .283. Has operated primarily as a designated hitter. Has 3 home runs, 26 RBIs. The changeup just missed a little bit outside. Tried to take a little bit off the curveball. 1-1 count on Grubb. 2 out, nobody on. Slider inside for a ball. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on Grubb. A little bit low. Ball 3. 3-1. Grubb, formerly in the San Diego organization, has bounced around a little bit. Very highly regarded when he first came up. And not to say he's not highly regarded now, but they had a lot of promise for him when he was with San Diego. The ground ball to Bobby Grich for out number 3. And that's the way the first inning goes here. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the first. The Angels come to bat, no score.
Early in the year, these guys were down here scouting the kids. Now they're back looking for help.
Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it.
Hey, Bob, you got a minute?
Budweiser Light. I wouldn't go there if I was you. There's a giant up there. You're going to meet the
I know. Giant of a National Lumber Special.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Plate Sarlon 60% shade cloth comes in 6-foot width.
Am I too late?
Check over the defense for the Texas Rangers. Pat Putnam is playing at first base. Hostetler not a lineup today. Second baseman is Mike Richard. Wayne Tollison at shortstop. Third baseman is Bill Stein. Buddy Bell is out of there. In left field, Johnny Grubb. Center fielder is George Wright. And the right fielder, Larry Parrish. The catcher, Jim Sundberg. As Brian Downing prepares to step in, and on the mound, the knuckleballer, Charlie Huff, with a 16-12 record, 1-2 mark career-wise against the Angels. The last time out, Charlie Huff defeated the Angels and Ken Forsch by a score of 7-5 in Arlington. See what he has going today with the dancer. Downing batting .279, 1 out of 4 last night. He has 10 hits off the Rangers here in 1982. First one is a little bit too high for a ball. That didn't take on the appearance of the knuckleball. But most of them will be. Bryant with 28 home runs. Knuckler outside for ball 2, 2-0. Little breezy here today, but it swirls around down inside the stadium. Went after the knuckler and didn't get it. 2-1. Outfield about straight away for Bryan. Rod Carew on deck, and then Fred Lynn, who had a big night last night. No score, bottom of the first. Well hit up the gap in right center. Parrish is not going to be able to get it. Bryan's going to wind up with 2 as Parrish gets it back in. A leadoff double for Brian Downing. So that is the way things begin for the Angels here on this Saturday afternoon. Downing taking one well up the gap in right center.
Well, on Huff's knuckle, you have to wait and wait and wait, and we pick up the swing late, but the ball was on the outer part of the plate, and Bryan waited, although he made his commitment with the front foot, and then just ripped the ball. So that's his second double in as many nights. He led off the 5th inning last night, but was left there. The Angels could not get him around. Let's see what happens now.
See how they're going to play it here. Rod Carew up there, the best bunter on the team, maybe the best bunter in baseball. So whether they play the bunting game to try to get Downing over to third or allow Rod to swing away, try to pull the ball to the right side. Kansas City leading Oakland now 3-2. That's in the 6th inning. So Kansas City making things no easier at all. Blue was knocked out. Keogh is still in there. Charlie Huff has found something wrong with the mound. He wants some repair work done or something or other. Or maybe it's a shoe. Maybe his shoe's gone haywire on him. No, he wanted a tongue depressor. That's all he wanted, to clean out his spikes. And the other baseball, while he makes it back, Toronto's shut out Seattle 3-0. Baltimore out in front of Milwaukee by a score of 7-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning.
He fought for love, honor, and the future of a kingdom. Tonight at 6, he fights for Elizabeth Taylor. He's Robert Taylor, and he's Ivanhoe. Tonight on the Channel 5 at 6 o'clock.
Carew dumps one up that third base side, but it rolls foul. Baltimore leading Milwaukee by a score of 7-3. Should they win it, they go to tomorrow's final game even up for the American League Eastern Division title. Boston out in front of the Yankees by a score of 5-0, top of the 9th inning. Cleveland beat Detroit in the first of a doubleheader 2-0. Second game, Detroit got a run in the first. Minnesota, Chicago, that's over. Chicago won at 5-3. Tom Brunansky had his 20th home run of the year in that game. Rodney trying to get Downing over to third. He's got to swing away this time and takes outside for a ball. 1-1. St. Louis and Chicago 3-3. Bottom of the 5th inning. Darrell Porter with a home run there. Everything else at night. Rod going after the knuckler, doesn't get it. It dropped away from Sundberg, but not far enough to allow Downing to advance. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Rodney experiencing a little discomfort, it seems, in that right hand, right wrist area that has bothered him almost all season long. The knuckleball is too high, boxed by Sundberg. 2-2. Nobody out. Runner at second base. No score. Rod is going to bat over 300 this year for the 14th consecutive time, 14th consecutive year. Grounds the ball up the middle. That'll get a run home. Here comes Downing around third. And the Angels break on top. Rod took that knuckleball right back up the middle. Good hitting.
And here's the anatomy of Rod Carew's 43rd RBI of the year. Right up the gut when you need it the most. He drove in a run last night as well, so now he is 2 for 5 in the series with a couple of RBIs.
Well, the Angels break on top as Downing scores. Rod with his 43rd RBI. Still nobody out. The batter, Fred Lynn, who homered last night, has hit better against Texas than anybody else on the ball club. Owns a .469 batting average, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He's had 15 hits against them. He was 3 out of 4 last night, and goes after the knuckler and fouls it back. Freddie, since the All-Star break, a .311 batting average, 11 home runs, 53 runs driven in. 1-0 lead for the Halos here. Rod is going to go. Taken high, the throw by Sundberg. In time to get him out at second base. 2-6 on the put out at second base.
Carew has stolen 10 bases, but he's been caught 15 times. And here I thought it was pretty close. Sundberg jumps out of that stance quickly. And watch the tag right here. Tollison has the ball, and Rod's gone. Good throw by Jim Sundberg.
1 out, Lynn with a 1-1 count. Of course, you cannot argue with the strategy. You've got a knuckleballer out there. It's tough enough for the catcher to handle him under the easiest of circumstances without it being a steal situation. Just didn't pan out. 2-2, a foul tip. 1-0 for the Angels, scoring here in the first. They scored last night in the first inning, got another run in the second, and then scored late with 2 more. Made a stand up for a 4-0 shutout. Ground ball toward first. Putnam with the play at first base, and the Husky first baseman makes it alone. Out number 2, and that'll bring up Reggie Jackson.
National Lumber, the stores with the good stuff for the right price. Pick up on National Lumber's TV specials. You'll get your money's worth and then some. So look in the white pages for the National Lumber nearest you.
Reggie last night, 1 out of 3 with a double late in the game, drove in the 4th run. Has not had that good a batting average over the year against Texas. 171, a home run, 5 RBIs. He's had 6 hits. Looks at a high knuckleball, ball 1. They play him to pull. A knuckler in for the strike. Reggie batting .272.
Bob, got a football score for you. UCLA leading Colorado 10-3 in the second quarter. About 10 minutes left before the half.
Well hit towards center field. Way back. It is going. It is gone. A home run for Reggie Jackson, number 38. And that is a new Angel record. And the Halos lead it 2-0.
That's about where Reggie Jackson hit it against Charlie Huff at Yankee Stadium some years ago. You all remember that game when the Ranger pitcher was pitching for the Dodgers, and I don't know if it was prophetic or not, but at batting practice today, the Angels were very, very loose, and Reggie Jackson predicted that he'd hit 3 home runs today. Well, he got 1.
And he just savored that one as he stood at home plate, knew it was gone, and took a little trying as he watched it drop into the covered area out in center field. DeCinces takes the knuckleball for a strike. 2-0. Home run number 38 for Reggie. That is a new club record. And home run, or RBI, number 97. And that ties him with Doug DeCinces. 0-2 on Doug. Got away from Sundberg, and DeCinces is going to reach base on a strikeout, and probably a pass ball. We'll see. This is enough to make you not want to become a catcher.
That's right. That ball just dived after Doug swung at it and eluded Sundberg, and it counts as a strikeout, but DeCinces is on first base.
We will call it a passed ball until advised otherwise. I'm sure that's probably what it'll be ruled. Strikeout, a pass ball allows DeCinces to reach, and Baylor's up there. Don 0 for 4 last night, but he's hit well against Texas. Takes 1 for a ball. He's had 16 hits against the Rangers. That is the ruling. Strikeout on a pass ball, allowing DeCinces to reach. Inside for ball 2, 2-0. The Angels lead it 2-0. A leadoff double by Downing. Carew with a base hit to drive him in. A 2-out home run by Reggie Jackson into the covered area out in center field. Baylor takes a strike. It is 2-1. The last check we had in the 6th inning, Kansas City was leading Oakland to 3-2. The Angels win here. Doesn't make any difference what happens there. 2-2 the count.
Don just couldn't wait long enough on that pitch.
3-2 bottom of the 6th, we're told, from Kansas City. The Royals out in front. 2-2 pitch to Baylor. Hammered hard but foul. So the count remains 2-2. Don with 24 home runs, 94 RBIs. The 3, 4, 5, 6 men in the lineup. 84 ribbies, 97, 97, and 94. You want to throw the leadoff man in there, Downing, 84 also. Baylor is down on strikes, and that takes care of the Angels here in the first. But 2 runs home. On 3 hits, they leave a man. And after an inning of play, the score, the Angels 2 and the Rangers nothing.
The One Brand Tire Store versus Mark C. Bloom. The One Brand store sells one brand, but Bloom sells General, Michelin, Bridgestone, Dunlop, Pirelli, Uniroyal, Kelly, and many, many more. So if one brand isn't right for your car, Bloom has another brand that is. The One Brand Store versus Mark C. Bloom. Now, where do you think you'll find the right tire? Mark C. Bloom. You can't choose the right tire if you don't have a choice.
What's Taco Bell come up with now? A new reason to try the giant Taco Bell Grande. Besides getting more of all the delicious, savory flavors in our biggest taco ever. If you try one now at the regular price, you'll get a medium-sized Pepsi-Cola with it for just 5 cents. So come to Taco Bell and try the giant Taco Bell Grande for a new reason. A medium soft drink for a nickel.
What a difference Taco Bell makes.
Really happy with my bank. Well, I just got my interest-earning checking account.
Oh, did you go to a savings and loan?
Mm-hmm.
Does yours have a check guarantee card?
Right.
And overdraft protection?
Yep.
Did you get a credit card?
Mm-hmm. How much do you have to keep in yours? As little as I want. Hey, where'd you get it?
At Home Savings, a $2,000 balance in any savings account qualifies you for an interest-earning checking account. And you can get a package of added services at Home Savings of America.
Goodbye, and welcome back to the 2nd inning. Larry Parrish leads it off against Ken Forsch. Forsch getting a strike in there. Parrish at 261, 0 for 4 last night, playing in right field. 1-1. Parrish with 16 home runs. Had a 3-run shot off Forschy last Sunday down in Arlington. Coming inside around the knees for ball 2, 2-1.
And as I recall, he really tattooed that pitch. Dead away center field?
Just maybe 10 feet to the right of the center field marker. Has 61 RBIs on the year. Had a first half of the season that you can just toss away. It was a lost first half. Slider misses down and away for a ball. 3-1. But has really come back strong in the second half and has played well for Texas. 16 home runs on the year, 61 RBIs, and a .261 batting average. Well hit toward left. Back is Downing near the track. Bryant right at the edge of the wall and can't get it. It's gone for a home run for Parrish. So he does it again on a slider. Parrish found a slider up in the strike zone and takes it over the wall and cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. That's number 17 for Parrish.
Here's the pitch by Forsch. A little bit up in the strike zone. As you can see, it was above the belt, and it didn't slide very much.
So the Rangers come right back and get one. That's the first hit off Forsch. Downing gives it a game effort out in left field. but it just eludes him. A bouncing ball to second. Bobby Grich, his third chance of the day, throws out Putnam. That'll bring up Jim Sundberg.
And we'd like to remind all Angel fans who wish to become a season box holder in 1983 that now is the time to get on the priority list. If you'd like to become a new member and purchase either box or reserved seats, drop a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to Angel Season Box 1983, Box 2000, Anaheim, California.
Sundberg going after the first one, fouls it back. That home run by Parrish, by the way, the 24th home run given up by Ken Forsch here in 1982. That has been a bugaboo. Is the long ball. Slider misses down for a ball, 1-1.
And in a way, Bob, it may jolt the Angels back to reality, although they know what they're up against, but scoring 2 runs in that first inning. Whoops.
This ball game is tied up. Sundberg has just tied it. That is his 10th home run of the year. And the 25th home run given up by Forsch, and suddenly the 2-run lead has evaporated.
Well, here it is again, and this one well up in the strike zone, about the same place that Parrish hit his. And of course, after Ken threw it, he knew it was gone. And that's about what I was talking about when Sundberg made that swing. It's not going to be easy.
Dave Goltz gets on his feet out in the bullpen. This is Pat Putnam lining one toward Carew, but foul. Earlier, O'Brien had made the only out of the inning. Pete O'Brien grounding out to second. So it is a brand new ball game. 2 hits Forsch has given up, and both have left the ballpark. Straightens him up. 1-1 on Pat Putnam. Did not play in the, didn't play in the series in Texas, didn't play last night. Ground ball hit at the hole at short. That's a base hit out of the reach of Foley. Putnam is on. Oakland has taken the lead. 4-3 over Kansas City.
Number 1, third baseman, Bill Stein.
The ground ball by Putnam to the opposite field. Kansas City has made a pitching change, and Quisenberry has come on, we're told. And Oakland leads it out there, 4-3. That's in the 7th inning. 2-2 here. Bill Stein standing in. Slider catches the corner. Stein batting .243, hitless last night, 0 for 3. 1 home run. Fastball in for a strike. 0-2 on Stein. 1 out here. Leadoff home run by Parrish. 1 out home run by Sundberg. And the 2-run lead for the Halos evaporated. It is 2-2. The slider hit foul into the Texas dugout. Ricochets out of there. Everybody all right, or did that get someone? That might have picked somebody off in there.
Charlie Huff. That's Charlie Huff. My goodness. He can smile about it now. Rick Sundberg.
Is he shielding him or giving him a target? 1-2 on Bill Stein. There's Wayne Terwilliger, third base coach for the Rangers. Toward first, Carew with only 1 play, and that is at first base. Advancing, Pat Putnam, who was off with the pitch, so no chance to get him at second base.
Second baseman, Mike Richard.
Stein going the other way with it as the runner had started. The batter, Mike Richard, had a hit last night, 1 out of 3. Number 9 man in the lineup. The go-ahead run out of second base with 2 out. Down too low for ball 2, 2-0. Force falling behind the Texas second baseman. Goltz continues to throw out in the Angel bullpen. Fouled out of play to the right, 2-1. Tell you again that Oakland has broken on top of Kansas City now in the 7th, 4-3. Oakland out in front out there, and Kansas City's made a pitching change. Quisenberry has come on. Little high with the slider, 3-1.
I think I heard a home run by Tony Armas responsible for that lead. A 2-run job by Tony.
The way Kansas City had been hitting the ball, one suspicion they might be playing T-ball out in Kansas City. Fouled away, full count, 3-2. The Angels win it. The playoffs start here on Tuesday. Toward the hole on the left side, and a base hit, and Texas is going to take the lead. Downing no chance to throw out the runner, and the runner will go to second base. A base hit by Richard, and Texas has taken the lead. 3 runs here in the second inning. Putnam, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, batting less than .240. Grounds one out of the reach of DeCinces and drives in Putnam, and that makes it 3-2, and Texas has taken the lead. That is the 4th hit in the inning. No chance for Downing to throw out the runner at the plate. And on the throw to the plate, Richard goes to second base, and the batter George Wright. Gene Mock making his way out to the dugout and makes his way to the mound. He might be ready to make a change. We'll have to see. He wants to talk it over with the big right-hander who has suffered a tough second inning. He had a tough first inning last week down in Arlington, and here today has given up 3 runs in the second after his club staked him to a 2-0 lead, and that's going to be all. That is it for Force. The change has been made, and the call has gone to the Angel bullpen, and it'll be Dave Goltz who will advance to the mound. So as Goltz makes his way in from the bullpen, we'll go away for a moment, then return.
Presenting the new Toyota Supra and Dan Gurney. It takes the right stuff to make a great performance car. Come ride with Dan Gurney and see.
It's quick off the line, and the power just keeps coming on. That's the twin-cam, 6-cylinder fuel-injected engine talking. Now, let's see the independent 4-wheel suspension in action. Very nice. Handles well. The big tires and rack and pinion steering have a lot to do with that. And it also performs inside. Take a look at this wraparound sports seat. And the convenience of having everything where you can see it or touch it. But the new Supra has much more. It has heart. It has the right stuff. Nice brakes.
The all-new Toyota Celica Supra.
That's the right stuff.
Supra.
Dave Goltz makes his way to the mound, replacing Ken Forsch, who lasted an inning and 2/3, gives up 3 runs, 4 hits, struck out no one, walked no one, and responsible for the man at second base, Mike Richard. The inning started with a leadoff home run by Parrish. O'Brien bounced out to second. Sundberg then hit one over the left center field wall for the second home run of the inning. That ties it at 2. Putnam followed that with a ground ball single to left. Stein grounded out. The runner at second base. They could not go for the double play. The runner had started with the pitch. And then Richard bounced one out of the reach of DeCinces at third to drive in the go-ahead run, and Texas leads at 3-2. They are in the bottom of the 7th in Kansas City. Let's go there.
Previous first baseman, Kelvin Moore. UL Washington will lead off. The 2, 3, 4 men in the order against Keogh. Our welcome to the Southern California viewers from KTLA on an update here at Kansas City's Royal Stadium. The Royals broke a 2-2 tie with a run off Matt Keogh in the 5th inning, but Keogh is still pitching as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And the A's surprised Dan Quisenberry with 2 runs in the 7th to lead 4-3 as Washington has just led off the 7th inning with a single. Quisenberry came on in the 7th after reliever Mike Armstrong had pitched 2 powerful relief innings and struck out 4 men. But Quisenberry was greeted by a Lopes double, and 2 batters later, an off-field homer to right field by Tony Armas for the 4-3 lead, which prevails now. And with Washington at first with a leadoff single, the tying run being carried by him, Billy Martin comes to the mound. He has 2 men working in the bullpen, and he will probably replace Keogh at this point. So it's 4-3 A's. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The tying runner at first base for the Royals. We'll send you back now to KTLA.
Thank you, Bill King. And the tying run on in Kansas City for the Royals in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here, Dave Goltz has come to the mound. George Wright to face him. Runner at second base, 2 out.
And we have a football score from Colorado. The Bruins of UCLA leading the Buffaloes 10-6 in the second quarter of play. 10-6 UCLA.
Wright bounced out to Rod Carew, his first time up there, the switch hitter, center fielder. 3-2, Texas. 3 runs on 4 hits. And 2 of the 4 left the ballpark. Goltz and Wright in a little gamesmanship down here. Breaks one off and gets it in for a strike on the first pitch. Out at second base is Mike Richard. There's Richard. Popped him up. Out short center. Back goes Foley, backpedaling. Oncoming Lynn. Foley there makes the catch for out number 3. Goltz retires the first and only man that he faces. But Texas has taken the lead. 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave a man. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, the score now, the Rangers 3 and the Angels 2.
Born of tradition, nurtured by pride. Budweiser Light, with a clean, distinctive taste. A light beer worthy of the king of beers.
Bring out your best. Bring out your best.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it.
Excuse me, sir. How would you describe tire prices today?
Pretty high.
And auto service costs?
Pretty high.
But what do you call these ads that claim the lowest prices ever?
Pretty creative.
Yeah, but can anybody keep a low price promise today?
Mark C. Bloom.
Doesn't Bloom promise the lowest prices ever?
No, just the lowest price possible.
What if I find an ad with a lower price somewhere else?
Bloom will beat it.
Well, who are you to think you know so much about Bloom?
The president.
Oh.
You know, everyone's talking about money these days, so naturally a lot of people are talking about super checking over Great Western Savings because it's a little different. It works like your checking account, but it pays high interest, like a money market fund. Every dollar over $2,000 is swept into the Great Western investment plan automatically. So remember, super checking. It's a smart thing to do with your money.
Great Western Savings, a new brand of banking.
Bobby Grich ready to face Charlie Huff now, having to play catch-up, and Huff starts it with a knuckler. No contact from Bobby Grich. Bobby was 0 for 3 last night. Has had only 4 hits all season long off the Rangers. Been a tough club for him. 0-2. Thing about Huff, you want to get him out of there before he gets beyond the 5th inning. Because if he gets beyond the 5th inning, whoa, this might do it. This is well back and left. Drop at the wall. Looking up. Goodbye. It's tied at 3. Bobby Grich with his 19th of the year. Puts the Angels right back in it, and it's tied at 3.
Well, Charlie Huff had an 0-2 count, but with the knuckleball, you come right back and see what happens, and that one didn't knuckle too much. Charlie come a little bit side on that time, and the ball carrying very well here in the daytime at Anaheim Stadium with the wind, and we are tied.
Foley takes a strike from Charlie Huff. The second home run of the day by the Angels. Reggie Jackson hit the other. And Texas has two, and that may be a base hit. It is. A base hit in front of right in center field for Tim Foley. The go-ahead run is on. What I was going to say about Huff, Joe, is history has it that if he gets beyond that fifth inning with a lead, generally he's going to finish the ball game and wind up winning it. Here's Bob Boone. As you look at Foley again, hitting one off the end of the bat, but dumping it out in short center. Nobody out. The go-ahead run on at first base. That is the fifth hit given up by Charlie Huff. In an inning plus, Boone tries to bunt the knuckler, fouls it away. No chance for Sundberg. This is Boone country. His dad makes it up for a lot of games. Wouldn't surprise me at all if he's here today, somewhere down below. Leadoff home run by Bobby Grich is tied at 3. 3 runs on 4 hits for Texas, 3 on 5 for the Angels. Nobody out. Foley at first. Boone will try to bunt it. Does. By the mound, by Putnam, by everybody. It's a base hit. Bob bunting the ball firmly by the mound and by the charging Huff and first baseman Pat Putnam. Take a look at it.
Imagine how tough it is to bunt the knuckler. And Charlie just kind of misplayed the ball. The ball didn't take a bad hop. Charlie came right off the mound, and the ball was bunted toward the first base side, and nobody could get it, so there's nobody out. 3 hits already in the inning.
After 7 innings of play, it is 4-3 Oakland. So they got out of that little jam in the 7th inning, apparently. Oakland 4, Kansas City 3, and that is after 7. Brian Downing with a chance to put the Halos on top. He doubled and scored in the first. The knuckleball down too low, ball 1. They have some action out in the Texas bullpen. Foley on at second base. You can see Timmy. On at first, Bob Boone. Downing leaning away from the knuckler, and Sundberg battling it all the way. Today is the day for sure that Jim Sundberg earns his money. He's working with that oversized mitt.
He needs a net.
Downing leaning away from another, and it is 3-0. Bryan with 28 home runs. He had a double to start things in the first as he doubled up the gap at right center and then came home on the ground ball single up the middle by Rod Carew. Bryan on 3-0 takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. Borderline call, and went to Charlie Huff. Charlie makes his home just a few miles away from here. He lives in Brea. He's had a very good year. 16 wins, 12 losses with a club that really hasn't had much luck at all. Bluffs Foley back at second base. Outfield about straight away for Brian Downing. Nothing doing on the pickoff play.
Bob, we have another update on that UCLA football score at the half. The Bruins, who are going for their 4th consecutive win, are leading Colorado 17-6.
It is tied here, 3-3. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. By the way, the replay of the UCLA-Colorado game tonight at 11 on Channel 5. Three and 1 now. Bryan takes ball 4. The bases are loaded. That is the first walk given up by Charlie Huff, and it loads him up for Rod Carew. Three straight hits and a walk. A home run, 2 singles, and a base on balls have loaded him up, and a base hit puts the Angels on top by 2, more than likely. 1 for sure. You have Foley at third, Boone at second base. Brian Downing on at first. You want to look over the baseball. Rodney had a base hit his first time up there. Bounced one right back up the middle. Now Charlie Huff doesn't like that one. Wants another one from Bill Kunkel, former big league pitcher. Now Charlie Huff doesn't like that one.
Got to get something he can sink those nails into.
Rod takes a strike. Knuckler on the outside corner. 3 home runs, 43 runs driven in. He's batting .317. And as I told you, he's going to hit over 300 for the 14th consecutive season. Grounds it back to Huff. They'll go to home. There's one. Back to first. Thrown badly. Out at first base. Good play by Putnam. Double play. 1, 2, 3 on the DP. Runners at second and third. 2 out. Still tied at 3. Right back to Huff.
Angels baseball also sponsored in part by the makers of Toyota cars and trucks, who remind you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety. So get the feeling whenever you drive.
So Fred Lynn will have to do something with 2 men out. Runners at second and third. Way outside with the knuckler, and a good save by Sundberg. Lynn bounced out to Pat Putnam at first base unassisted. His only other time up there. All tied at 3. Fouled back here. Had him reaching. 1 ball, 1 strike on Fred. Bob Boone returning to third base. Out at second base, Brian Downing. The shortstop, and Charlie Huff dodges a bullet here in the second inning. They get a run off him with a leadoff home run by Grich, but a double play with the bases loaded and a line drive out to the shortstop takes the Angels out of the inning. They get 1 after all of that on 3 hits, and they leave 2, and they've stranded 3. And after 2 innings of play, the score tied at 3.
Toyota presents a truck that gives you the feeling.
The feeling of power in motion.
The Toyota 4-wheel drive truck. It's wild. With a power plant that gives you 100 horses and big load-pulling torque. The minute you drive this Toyota, you know it's telling you to head for the hills. Now you got the feeling.
Somebody did it right.
Oh, we're feeling Toyota.
Why do 100,000-mile flyers choose United?
The greatest show on earth plays over 80 cities a year, which means I fly United all the time, because they go just about everywhere we play with lots of convenient flights to choose from.
9 daily non-stops to Denver with great connections east.
With United, traveling on business is always a pleasure, even when you're working with a bunch of clowns.
People who fly for a living fly United's friendly skies.
Nestle Crunch, the blend of milk chocolate and crispy crunchies that's music to your mouth. Creamy milk chocolate is a melody. Crispy crunch is all the harmony. The two together are music to munch. Let's hum a few bars of Nestle Crunch. Good stomping lips, smacking, hee-hawing, fast slash. Nestle Crunch is music, sweet music to your mouth.
There's an old retired play-by-play man right there. Good old Uncle Charlie. We go to the third. Tollison, Grubb, and Parrish up there to lead it off against Gold. Strike call to Wayne Tollison, the shortstop. Switch hitter. He bounced down to second base his first time. They're going to the bottom of the 8th in Kansas City. Oakland leads it 4-3. Chopped foul and off his Tootsie at home plate. Take a look at The breaking ball that is hammered straight down, right into the foot. Ouch. Tollison needs some medical attention. Or at least someone to talk to about it. It's tough to stand out there hurting all alone. Just come out and let me talk to you about it.
Misery loves company. Trainer probably said, yeah, I woke up with a backache. And all of a sudden, Wayne feels better.
2-strike count on Tollison. Grubb to follow, and then Parrish. 3-3. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Angels, 3 on 4 hits for Texas. And Goltz with the pitch high for a ball. It's 1-2. Long ball has played a prevalent part in things. Texas has hit a pair, so have the Angels. And it is mighty early. This is only the top of the 3rd inning. Breaking ball got him looking. Got him with that curveball, the knuckle curve for the strikeout. First recorded by Goltz. Right there.
That's called freezing a hitter. And the guy melts away to the dugout.
Johnny Grubb bounced out to Bobby Grich. Bluffs the bunt and takes a fastball low for ball 1. Grubb did not play last night. He is one of those who has hit well against the Angels. Goes after the breaking ball and fouls it at the feet of Boone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Don't forget, tomorrow is Fan Appreciation Day here at the ballpark, and hundreds of beautiful gifts will be given away. Also, you can pick up tickets for the playoffs that are to begin on Tuesday, should they begin here in Anaheim Stadium. Ticket office will be open from 9 to 5:30, as it is today. Out of play and off to the left. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Johnny Grubb. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 3rd inning. Grounded towards short. Foley on the short hop with it. Timmy's throw accurate. 2 away. And that will bring up Larry Parrish, who got things started for Texas in the 2nd after the Angels had gone up 2-0 in the 1st. Parrish started things with a leadoff home run off Ken Forsch. His 17th of the year. Fastball on the inside part of the plate for a strike from Goltz. Breaking ball, hammered foul. Larry Parrish from Winter Haven, Florida. Big man for a 3rd baseman, or for an infielder, but for a 3rd baseman, good-sized man. Strong throwing arm. They moved him in Montreal to make room for Tim Wallach, who did a fine job for them up in Montreal. 1-2 on Larry Parrish. Darrell Johnson, the Ranger skipper. Just missed inside for a ball. 2-2. The Angel skipper Gene Mock looking for that first division championship. Toward the shortstop, and Foley's going to have to hustle it. Strong throw in time to get Parrish side retired. 1, 2, 3, and an easy inning for Goltz. He's retired all 4 men he's faced since coming on. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. The score, Angels 3, Texas 3.
With more and more gas stations closing their service bays, where do you go for car service? Mark C. Bloom. We offer total automotive service. Tune-ups, brakes, shocks, alignment, balancing, even air conditioning. Total automotive service, totally guaranteed. Now, where are you going to take your car for service? Mark C. Bloom. We take care of your car from the tires up.
I wouldn't go up there if I was you. There's a giant up there. You're going to meet the giant.
I know. A giant of a National Lumber special.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Sturdy but lightweight, the Rubbermaid 32-gallon roughneck trash can, now $9.77 at National Lumber.
I've got a cheesecake.
Am I too late?
National Lumber.
What's Taco Bell come up with now? A new reason to try the giant Taco Bell Grande. Besides getting more of all the delicious, savory flavors in our biggest taco ever. If you try one now at the regular price, you'll get a medium-sized Pepsi-Cola with it for just 5 cents. So come to Taco Bell and try the giant Taco Bell Grande for a new reason. A medium soft drink for a nickel.
Ooh, what a difference Taco Bell makes.
One of the many signs draped around the stadium here today, cheering their side on, the Halo Holics. Reggie Jackson lead it off. He homered off Huff the last time and takes one outside for ball one. For Reggie's 38th home run of the year. Almost went after the high breaking ball, the knuckler. Reggie now with 38 is in second place, one behind Gorman Thomas, who has 39. 2-0 pitch. Didn't get it. Out in front. That time Huff took a little bit off the knuckler, which he will do. He doesn't throw that thing at the same speed all the time. Reggie, then DeCinces and Baylor. Here in the bottom of the third, all tied at 3. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Angels, 3 runs on 4 for Texas. Reggie now tied with DeCinces and RBIs, both with 97. Got a breaking ball in that time. 2-2. Sneak what appeared to be a little slider in for a strike. Now he can come back with the knuckler, more than likely. Popped foul, out of play. Count remains 2-2. At last check, they were in the bottom of the 8th in Kansas City, 4-3 Oakland, but Kansas City was threatening. Foul tipped at home plate. Reggie batting .273 on the year. Been a good year from that standpoint as well, average-wise. Hooked it. But Richard is able to make the play on Jackson. Got him. 4-3. Reggie reaching for that knuckler, rolled out to the second baseman.
Angels baseball is also sponsored in part by Budweiser Light. Enjoy the clean, distinctive taste of a light beer worthy of the king of beer, Budweiser Light.
And he tries to pull it to the right side. Hustling down the line, trying to beat it out. Just barely got it. Here's Doug DeCinces, a strikeout victim in the first inning. Huff has struck out 2. He reached base on the pass ball when he struck out. Hits one to Tolson. Tolson, the shortstop, throws across in time to get DeCinces. Out number 2 in the third. That'll bring up Baylor. Baylor also struck out in the first.
Designated hitter, Don Miller.
Baylor with 24 home runs on the year, 16 hits against Texas. Taking the knuckler, then going after the breaking ball, not getting it. 1-1. Watson is up, second and third out in Kansas City, 1 out, 4-3. Oakland out in front, but Watson is the batter. Runners at second and third there. 1-2 here on Baylor, 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the third. Hit hard, but foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Baylor. They've had 6 hits off Charlie Huff. They've had 2 home runs off Charlie Huff. They loaded the bases on him in the second inning, but a double play ball helped bail him out, and then he got Lind and line out to the shortstop and wound up dodging a bullet. Didn't give up anything. Too high for ball 2-2. Just look when it looked like they had him on the ropes and might be able to put him away. Sidearm knuckler inside for a ball. Full count, 3-2 on Baylor. It is all tied out there now. 4-4. Kansas City has scored. So it's tied at 4 in the 8th inning, and it's runners at first and third. Baylor is hit by a pitch. Baylor hit by the knuckleball. 3-2, and that'll bring up Bobby Grich. He didn't really try a great deal to avoid it.
Robbie felt like a fly on his arm. Right there.
Right on the hip. Bobby had a leadoff home run in the 2nd that tied it. So he'll try to keep it alive with 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Baylor can't go. Had an idea that he might try, but Sundberg bounces around pretty well back there. Bill Kunkel tosses a new one into play. Bobby's home run that last time up in the 2nd, his 19th of the year. Kansas City has regained the lead. They lead 5-4 now in the 8th inning. Grich goes after the knuckler and no contact.
Boy, they're tough at home. My goodness.
So Oakland's going to have 1 at bat coming top of the 9th. Knuckler in for the strike. Grich in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bobby Grich. 2 out. Runner at first. Baylor back in time. First base umpire is Terry Cooney. Second base umpire Vic Voltaggio. At third base John Shulock. Kansas City leading 5-4 as Oakland comes to bat in the top of the 9th inning. Scoring twice in the bottom of the 8th to regain the lead. 1-2 here on Grich.
Tomorrow night at 6, their battle of love could destroy a kingdom. Robert Taylor and Ava Gardner star in the Knights of the Round Table. It's a swords and chivalry weekend. The Knights of the Round Table tomorrow night at 6 here on Channel 5.
Grich is down on strikes, and the side is retired. The 3rd strikeout recorded by Charlie Huff. No runs, no hits, a hit batsman, a man left. They've stranded 4, and after 3 innings of play, the score 3-3.
Michelob brings you the 7-day weekend, Southern style. The style and grace that is the South is reflected in one great beer, Michelob. That smooth and mellow taste has its own special way of saying, y'all come back and see us anytime.
There's nothing better on a rainy night in Georgia.
Put a little weekend in your week.
Yeah.
Some people have a harder time getting to work than others. And for those people, we proudly present the Toyota Corolla Tercel. Roomy inside at a very affordable price.
Help!
The Toyota Tercel with front-wheel drive traction to get you out of those sticky situations.
Do you have a good day, Harold?
Helen, it's a jungle out there.
Tercel!
Why,
Why take a chance on that
Oh,
investment?
it was Charlie's idea.
He's young. Young people don't think about security.
Yeah, well, I do. I've always kept money in home savings.
Yeah, you do all right.
Well, sure, I'm comfortable. I know my savings will always be there.
Exactly.
Hey, but Charlie says I can make more.
Or you could also lose.
Yeah. Do any of us have the time to earn it all again?
Earn high interest without risk at Home Savings of America. Your savings are insured and backed with the safety and security of the nation's largest savings and loan.
Top of the fourth inning coming up. I'm Joe Butita along with Ron Fairley. 3-3 the score. 4 home runs so far in the ball game as Dave Goetz sets to face Pete O'Brien, Jim Sundberg, and Pat Putnam. As we know, Kansas City still on top of Oakland 5-4 with the A's batting in the top of the ninth inning. O'Brien 0 for 1 so far, bounced out to the second baseman his first time up. Young fella batting .203. He's the designated hitter. And a nice catch up in the stands. Here's a good shot of Pete O'Brien, born in Santa Monica, California. Attended the University of Nebraska, now lives in Pebble Beach. 3-1. California 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Rangers 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. 2 of their 4 hits, couple of home runs. One by Larry Parrish and one by Jim Sundberg. So we're tied at 3. And O'Brien hits one well toward right center field. Lynn just looking up, and this one is gone for good. The Rangers are on top 4-3. That's only the 3rd home run hit by O'Brien this year. Of course, he spent most of his time in the minor leagues.
And he has good power. There's no question about this ball going out of the ballpark. At Denver this year, O'Brien had quite a year. He hit 25 home runs up there in the Mile High City. And he almost hit that one a mile. That ball went up in the seats by quite a ways.
So the 3rd home run for the Rangers. And they now lead it 4-3. Jim Sundberg the batter. And he homered his last time up. That was home run number 10 for Jim. One and one. Jim Sundberg, 10 home runs, 47 runs batted in, batting .249. And on top of all that, he's a very good defensive catcher. Ground ball, Tim Foley with the backhand play, the long throw, and he gets him. So that game in Kansas City, we are told, is now over, and the Royals, with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, have come back and they've beaten the Oakland A's. The final score from Oakland, 5-4. You look at Dan Quisenberry getting congratulations along with John Wathan, the Royal catcher. So Oakland not able to help the California Angels yet this weekend. Final score 5-4. Kansas City beats the Oakland A's. Back here at Anaheim, with 1 run across and 1 out, the batter is the first baseman Pat Putnam. He singled and scored his first time up. Pat batting .223.
Putnam is also a pretty good low fastball hitter. He beat the Angels here at the Big A last year with a home run. So you have to be careful with him.
He's a big fella, 6'1" and 220 pounds. Putnam also spent a good part of the year down at Denver. Batted .310. 13 home runs, 60 runs batted in down there. And he appears to be a pretty selective hitter. At Denver, he walked 59 times, struck out only 34 in 281 at-bats. Out back to the screen. 2-2 on Putnam. 4-3. Texas on top. They've hit 3 home runs today. Parrish and Sundberg in the second inning, and young rookie Pete O'Brien leading off the fourth with a home run. Fastball leans them back 3-2. So the Angels are going to have to win it by themselves, it appears, although they got some help from the Oakland A's last week when the Royals played at Oakland. The A's unable to do them any good this weekend so far. But if the Angels can come back and win today, they'll wrap up the Western Division pennant.
Third baseman.
First walk given up in the ball game to the Rangers. And the batter is third baseman Bill Stein. Stein 0 for 1, bounced out to Rod Carew his first time up. Back with Putnam at first base. The Rangers put on the hit and run, and Stein hit it to the right side. Carew only had one play, and that was the first base, with Putnam moving on the pitch. Fastball way inside, 1-1. Ken Force began the ball game, went an inning and 2/3. Gave up 3 runs, 4 hits, didn't strike out a batter, didn't walk a batter, but gave up 2 home runs. So Force having his trouble with the Rangers last weekend in Arlington after only 4 pitches. Force was trailing 4-0. Well, he got by the first inning today easy enough, but in the second inning gave up 3 runs on the 4 hits, 2 of them home runs. One and 1 on Stein. 1 out and Putnam at first base. 4-3 Texas. They pitch out. Putnam not going anywhere. There goes Putnam. Stein swings, misses to throw. He's gone. So the hit and run doesn't work. And there are 2 away. And the count 2-2 on Stein.
Well, Putnam does not have that good running speed. And you're going to look at it right here as Bobby makes the tag easily. And another look here, the hit and run. The pitch is high and outside. Stein trying to go to right field. Could not make contact. And, of course, Boone, who leads the major leagues in throwing out runners, throws out another one quite easily.
And now he strikes out Stein on a 2-2 pitch, does Dave Goetz, and the Rangers go easily, but they score a run. The home run by the rookie Pete O'Brien. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base. They've left only 1 so far. And after 3.5, it is Texas 4 and California 3.
The One Brand Tire Store versus Mark C. Bloom. The One Brand store sells one brand, but Bloom sells General, Michelin, Bridgestone, Dunlop, Pirelli, Uniroyal, Kelly, and many, many more. So if one brand isn't right for your car, Bloom has another brand that is. The One Brand store versus Mark C. Bloom. Now, where do you think you'll find the right tire? Mark C. Bloom. You can't choose the right tire if you don't have a choice.
This is it. It's stock up on Del Monte time.
Savings don't stop.
It's the Del Monte event of the year. Alpha Beta's reduced over 50 Del Monte favorites, like corn, catsup, fruit cocktail. And when you buy them by the case, you get them at our cost. No limit. Fellas, so get in on all the savings you can. Save on over 50 Del Monte products and get cases at our cost.
At Alpha Beta, the savings don't stop.
Tell a friend.
There's Mr. and Mrs. Gene Autry, waiting for something good to happen this afternoon or this weekend. Hopefully it'll be today. And a reminder that the Angels will be back here at the Big A tomorrow afternoon to face the Texas Rangers. 1 o'clock ball game. Scheduled pitchers, Tommy John for California, Mike Smithson for the Rangers. So the Angels trailing 4-3 as we head for the bottom of the fourth inning. Tim Foley will lead it off. He singled his first time up. So Tim 1 for 1, batting .252. And that knuckler by Charlie Huff caught the inside corner for a strike. In Boulder, Colorado, the UCLA Bruins have added to their tally in the third quarter. They now lead the Buffaloes 20-6. And that game between the Bruins and the Colorado Buffaloes can be seen tonight on KTLA, 11 o'clock. Tim Foley's been a hot hitter lately. He's hitting .303 in his last 12 games. Here he throws the bat at the ball, that elusive knuckler, and Huff throws him out. Angels Baseball, sponsored in part by Mark C. Bloom. With over 50 stores to serve you, we take care of your car from the tires up. One down. Here's Bob Boone. Bob singled his last time up. It was an infield single. In fact, in the second inning, the Angels came up with only a run. That was the leadoff home run by Bobby Grich, then loaded the bases, but couldn't come up with another one.
You know, I was kind of sitting here watching Charlie Huff work, and probably the thought that comes to a lot of the fans' mind is, why aren't there more knuckleball pitchers? Well, there's a combination of a lot of reasons. Number one is that it takes a very delicate and a very fine touch to learn how to throw one of those. You can see that bottom fall out of it there. And if you don't have that right chemistry going, the ball doesn't do anything. And that's just like throwing a slow pitch up there.
Bill Stein backs up on a two-hopper and throws Bob Boone out. So they're two away. And you got to have the hands and the long fingers big enough to grip that ball, and the fingernails strong enough so you can hang on to it when you throw it. It's not an easy pitch to throw. Two down. Here's Brian Downing, the Angel leadoff hitter.
Well, if you throw it too hard, then it doesn't have time to really jump around very much. If you throw it too easy, then it doesn't do anything. So there's that, it's that right velocity that you learn to throw.
Charlie Huff credits Goldie Holt, old Dodger scout, with teaching him the knuckleball and getting him to the major leagues. Charlie lost his fastball about 12 years ago in the minor leagues. And Goldie Holt came to him and said, I think you need another pitch, son, and how about trying the knuckler? Charlie says, what have I got to lose? And it got him to the major leagues, and he's had a pretty good career. He's had a great year. He's 16-12 with an ERA of under 4. Struck out way more than he's walked. And right now he's leading 4-3. 2-2 on Downing. Brian's Brigade.
Most of the knuckleballs that knuckleball pitchers throw will go down. Some will go, you know, one way or the other, but they basically go down.
Pop this one up on the right side. Putnam and Richard, and it's going to be Mike Richard, the second baseman, and the Angels go rather quietly in the fourth inning. And after 4, it is Texas 4 and California 3.
Faster than when we run together. Maybe it's the way we push each other. Maybe it's the baton.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it. Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best. You gotta reach deep inside. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light.
The best. You found it in yourself, and now you found it in the beer you drink.
Toyota presents a truck that gives you the feeling.
The feeling that you got your money's worth.
The Toyota Standard truck with the biggest engine in its class, with 100 horses of pulling power, 1,400 pounds of carrying power. This Toyota truck was built to last.
And mister, there's a real comfortable ride built into this truck.
Now you got the feeling.
Somebody did it right.
Mike Richard will lead it off for the Rangers in the top of the 5th inning, to be followed by George Wright and Wayne Tollison. Richard 1 for 1 with an RBI so far. Single home run in the 2nd inning when the Rangers scored 3 times on 4 hits to drive Ken Forsch from the mound. Mike, born here in Los Angeles, raised in Fresno, went to Fresno City College, now lives in Madera, California. Good little ball player. Fouled off by Wayne Terwilliger. There's a Skyrider. Can do in 82. Yes, we can. Well, we'll see by the end of the day, and certainly by the end of tomorrow, if the Angels cannot rally and win this afternoon. The Royals have won. They have beaten the Oakland A's 5-4 in Kansas City, where they have won so many ball games. In fact, they lead the major leagues in home games won. Tim Foley, and there's one away. Angels baseball also sponsored in part by Home Savings of America, the nation's largest savings and loan, with assets over $15 billion. There's the center fielder, George Wright. George 1 for 4 last night. He's 0 for 2 today, so 1 for 6 in the series. Bounced out to Carew and flat out to Tim Foley. Wright has hit safely in his last 15 games, and they're very high on this youngster. In fact, George is rated as the top defensive center fielder in their entire organization. Hit .260 at Tulsa last year. He's batting .265 here in the major leagues. Switch hitter. And Goltz walks him. Second walk given up by Dave Goltz. So the man on and a man out. The batter is the shortstop, Wayne Tollison. Snap throw by Boone, and Wright just does get back. Tollison has only been to bat 65 times this year. He came up with the Rangers last year, batted .167. Came up from Wichita, where he batted .261. Good defensive shortstop. One down, 1-1 the count, and George Wright at first base. Wright has stolen only 3 bases this year. Has been caught 6 times, but he has very good speed.
They really don't play run that much. They have some guys that can steal for you, but they like to sit back and move him along with the bat.
A little bit closer that time. Dave Goltz with a good move this time. Here it is from our high third camera. You see George kind of frozen there, made the wrong move, and then jumped back to the bag. 1-1 the count on Tollison. 1 out and a runner aboard. That's fouled off to the left side and out of play. Tollison bounced out to Bobby Grich and struck out. He was Dave Goltz's first strikeout. Dave was struck out 2, walked 2, and he came on in the 2nd inning in relief of Ken Forsch. Tollison is 5'9" and 160 pounds. However, in college at Western Carolina University, he was a tight end. and led the nation in pass receptions for that Division III school. That's not a very big tight end, 5'9", 160. He must be tough. And Dave Golt's a little tougher in this situation and strikes him out for the second time. Strikeout number 3 for Mr. Golt.
That's good knuckle curveball. Here it is, turning up high and then breaking right in over the plate. No doubt about it.
So there are 2 away, and Wright still at first base, and the batter is Johnny Grubb. Big John 0 for 2, couple of ground balls, 1 to second, 1 to short, but he's batting .283, 3 home runs, 26 runs batted in. He's in left field today in place of Bill Sample. Knuckle curve dips low and inside. Ball 1. 1-0 on Johnny Grubb. John Maywood Grubb, born in Richmond, Virginia. One and one. John has split time with 3 teams at the major league level. Broke in with San Diego, then went to Cleveland in '77, then to Texas in the middle of the 1978 season. He's been a Ranger ever since. Fouled off and out of play. And off the third deck railing and bounces way down to the first deck, and some young fella grabs one. The hand, and Reggie has a long way to come. Bobby Grich going out, and Bobby makes the catch. No runs for the Rangers, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. They've left 2 in the ball game, and after 4.5, the score remains Texas 4, California 3.
We'd like to show you how a National Lumber commercial is made. First, we do lots of exhaustive research. Oh my.
Then it's up to our head writer. And it's off to the art department.
Then the national special goes in.
Yeah, like this one.
Waterproofs wood, concrete, masonry, and other surfaces. Thompson's Water Seal, now $8.77 a gallon.
When it's done, the boss sees it.
And they put it in a safe place for later.
National Lumber. Double pick in, double kick in, a double howdy can make your day. Good old double fiddles make your do-si-do away. But the single most favorite double in the world is double good, double mint gum.
Double your pleasure with double mint gum. Double good, double fresh, double delicious.
Double good, double mint gum.
Double your pleasure with double mint gum.
Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, a great movie. Now a great video game. A movie which challenged your imagination. Now a video game where the challenge never ends. You saw Luke Skywalker battle the Imperial Walkers. Now bring the battle home. The Force was with Luke Skywalker. Will it be with you? Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back video game. For your Atari and Sears video game systems from Parker Brothers, the ones to beat.
Yes, it is a warm day at the Big A. A couple of Angel fans, and they're rooting on the California club. Trails Texas 4-3 right now. Rod Carew, Fred Lynn, and Reggie Jackson to face Charlie Huff. And the longer Charlie goes, it appears the tougher he gets. The Angels had Huff on the ropes in the second inning. After a leadoff home run by Bobby Grich, they loaded the bases on a couple of singles and a walk. But then Rod Carew bounced into a double play, and then Fred Lynn lined out to the shortstop, and the Angels came up with only 1 run in the inning, and they very well could have broken it open. So they trail 4-3. And Huff falls behind, 3-0 on Carew. Rod 1 for 2, singled and drove in a run in the first inning, and then into the double play.
So that time, Charlie Huff knew that Rod Carew was taking all the way. Came back with a fastball that time.
3 balls, 1 strike on Carew, who's batting .243 against the Rangers with 4 RBIs this year. And Charlie walked him. That is his second walk. So the potential tying run is on base, and the batter will be the left-handed hitting Fred Lynn.
Center fielder, Fred Lynn.
They ought to keep in mind also that if the knuckleball is tough to hit, sometimes it's awfully tough to catch. And you just may see the Angels try to steal a base here. It's not that easy for Sundberg, the catcher, to come out of that position and catch that knuckleball and try to throw somebody out.
Lynn 0 for 2 this afternoon, but hits it well to right field. And Parrish going back. It's gone, and the Angels are on top 5-4.
No doubt about it. Freddie Lynn, eyes and head right on it, and got all of it. No doubt about it, leading the ballpark. What a beautiful swing that but Freddie put on that ball that time.
And the crowd still calling for Lynn, and Reggie says, come on out and take your bow and quiet the crowd down. Reggie standing by. There's Freddie. Well, Fred Lynn, with his 21st home run of the year, he now has 86 runs batted in. A 2-run home run that put the Angels on top 5-4. Nobody out in the 5th, and here's Reggie Jackson, and he hits it towards center field. It's not hit very well. George Wright coming in, puts the glasses down, and had trouble with the sun, but makes the catch. So there's one away, but this crowd still buzzing over that home run by Fred Lynn.
Just a reminder that you can follow the Angels on radio. All the games are heard on KMPC 710 on your radio dial. Get a good shot of Bob Starr, Steve Bailey, and Dick Nelson.
So 1 down, 2 runs across. The batter is Doug DeCense. And Doug's been shut out so far this afternoon, struck out. And grounded out to the shortstop. Two 2-0. DeCense has also hit well on certain occasions against the Rangers. He's batting .377 against them with a home run and 9 RBIs this year. 5-4. California on top. The Angels now have out-hit the Rangers 7-5. And Doug with a line drive up the alley in left center field. Johnny Grubb cuts it off, and Doug will make a wide turn and hold. Second hit in the inning.
Well, Doug DeCense, another one of the Angels, having a great year, keeping his head right on the ball. And when he first hit it, I thought Joe had a chance to get in the gap there, and I thought it might have been a double. But Johnny Grubb, playing rather deep in left field, cuts it off and gets it back in time. And now out of the dugout comes Darrell Johnson.
So we'll see about Charlie Huff. Charlie has given up 8 hits today and 5 runs. And Johnson peering toward the bullpen as he walks out to the mound. Darrell Johnson, the Rangers manager. And that pat on the back usually means nice try, fella. We'll have to wait and see.
You did a pretty good job, but we're going to make a change.
There's a shot of the Ranger bullpen. We cannot see who that is, but he's going to come in and pitch, a right-hander. So Charlie Huff will be taken out of the ball game. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Texas club. 5-4, California on top, and we'll be right back.
With more and more gas stations closing their service bays, where do you go for car service? Mark C. Bloom. We offer total automotive service. Alignments? Bloom does alignments. For more and more people every day. Because Bloom does it right. We guarantee it.
Now, where are you going to take your car for service? Mark C. Bloom. We take care of your car from the tires up.
What's Taco Bell come up with now? A new reason to try the giant Taco Bell Grande. Besides getting more of all the delicious, savory flavors in our biggest taco ever. If you try one now at the regular price, you'll get a medium-sized Pepsi-Cola with it for just 5 cents. So come to Taco Bell and try the giant Taco Bell Grande for a new reason. A medium soft drink for a nickel.
Ooh, what a difference. Taco Bell makes ooh.
Nancy and Ed have the same problem.
Well, their money market fund is down, too.
Way down.
Where can we go?
You could still get a high rate if you want to take a chance.
I don't want to take any chances with that much money.
You don't have to. Home's new Money Market Plus account pays you top money market rates week after week. The Money Market Plus term is only 7 days, so your money isn't tied up. But the big plus at Home Savings of America is that your money is insured to $100,000. Money Market Plus from the nation's largest.
Tom Henke is the new Ranger pitcher. Big fella, stands about 6'4". Tom with a record of 1-0 in 1982, an ERA of 0.75. This is only his 8th game appearance, and he's only pitched 12 innings at the major league level. He came up from the Denver farm team, where he was 3-6 with an ERA of just about 3. Henke, though, a fireballer. He struck out 91 and walked only 33 in 7-8 innings of play. So Tom Henke comes in relief of Charlie Huff, who goes 4 in the 3rd innings, giving up 5 runs so far. DeSensei on first will be his should he score. Charlie also allowed 8 hits, struck out 3, walked 2, and gave up a couple of home runs. Gave up 3 home runs. Score from Boulder, Colorado in the 3rd quarter with about 1:15 left. UCLA has exploded for more. The Bruins, going for their 4th straight win with no losses, are leading Colorado 27-6. And that game can be seen on KTLA tonight at 11. Here's Don Baylor to face Tom Henke. So Charlie Huff and his knuckleball are gone, and now the Angels are going to see some firepower from Henke. Tom Henke, 6'4", powerfully built pitcher. And Baylor cracks one toward Bill Stein. Could be 2. There's 1, and there's a couple. So Henke comes in and retires the side on a ground ball double play by Don Baylor. But California gets 2 runs on the 2-run home run by Fred Lynn. 2 hits, and they don't leave a runner. And after 5, it is California 5 and Texas 4.
Michelob brings you the 7-day weekend. Boy meets girl style. Meeting over a Michelob can show that special someone just how special you are. So don't just make a date for the weekend. Set the mood anytime with a smooth and mellow taste of Michelob.
I knew she couldn't refuse an invitation like this.
Put a little weekend in your week. Yeah.
Nice car. Thanks.
There's a new Toyota that's been getting a lot of notice lately.
Nice car.
The new Toyota Celica.
Nice car.
A Celica that carries on the sporty Celica line in space-age fashion with wind tunnel sculptured lines and 5-speed overdrive, a 2.4-liter propulsion system. All the stuff that makes Celica the right stuff.
Nice car.
Celica.
Thank you.
Joe Butita along with Ron Fairley, and a reminder that there is just 1 more game left after today's action in the regular season. That'll be tomorrow afternoon near 1 o'clock here at the Big A against the Texas Rangers, and it'll be Fan Appreciation Day tomorrow. 1 o'clock ball game, the Angels and Rangers, and a whole lot of gifts to be given out to Angel fans in the ballpark.
Boy, there are tons of gifts to be given away, and really, I think each year that they have Fan Appreciation Day here at the Big A, it gets better and better. And this year they have some outstanding gifts to be given away. And I hope you make your plans to join us at the Big A.
Dave Goltz, working the top of the 6th inning with a 5-4 lead, will face Larry Parrish, Pete O'Brien, and Jim Sundberg. Kansas City has won. They have beaten the Oakland A's 5-4. Ironically, that is the score the Angels are leading Texas right now. So it's up to California to do it themselves this afternoon. If they win today, it's all over. The Angels will be the champions of the West.
And what about the Baltimore-Milwaukee game? The Orioles have defeated the Milwaukee Brewers 11-3. They are now tied with 1 game to play.
What a race.
You know, that's amazing that Baltimore down 4 games with 5 games to play. And they get down to that crucial 4-game series.
Line drive, broken bat, base hit over the head of Tim Foley. And Parrish is on for the second time this afternoon. He's now 2 for 3. He homered his first time up off a force, then bounced out to short. Now singles over short.
Parrish is so strong. That time he broke his bat and just muscled the ball out of the infield.
There's Pete O'Brien. O'Brien has done some damage against the Angels today. He homered his last time up. So he's 1 for 2.
And you can see where Goltz is going to try to keep the ball on him. They're going to try to keep it low and away. Young man has good power.
That home run by Pete was his 3rd at the major league level. However, down in Denver at their AAA club, he had 25 home runs this year with 102 runs batted in.
Well, that's somewhat deceiving, that mile-high city. That ball jumps out of the ballpark.
Fouls this one off out of play. Still got to put the bat on the ball, though.
Yeah, you do.
And he does that well. Young fella born right here in Santa Monica, California. Went to the University of Nebraska. Now lives up at Pebble Beach.
Well, he puts the bat on the ball the way he did the last time up. Hit that ball halfway in the seats there that last time.
And he hit it off of Dave Goltz. And Goltz gets a strike on the outside corner, and O'Brien is gone. So Dave has now struck out 4.
We were just saying where Goltz is going to keep it low and outside. Well, he kept it out there, and it caught the corners and went by. Bill Kunkel ringing up the strike.
Say the big thing about any sport is to enjoy yourself, and the same way with beer. So open up a Michelob and put a little weekend in your week. 1 down. Here's the catcher, Jim Sundberg. Halftime score in college football, the USC Trojans leading the Oregon Ducks 31-7. And at Boulder, Colorado, the UCLA Bruins 27-6 over the Buffaloes. If everybody in town wins today, the Angels will win the pennant. Line drive by Sundberg. Boy, he's been tough on California pitching. Had a couple of triples in last weekend series. Homered his first time up today, and now single. So Sundberg is 2 for 3.
Yeah, Dave makes a mistake on that pitch. Get a look at it one more time. It is up in the strike zone. Look at that. Whoa. That is right in the wheelhouse.
Well, they go from Sundberg, who's been killing him of late, to a bona fide power hitter and first baseman Pat Putnam. Only 1 out. 2 Rangers aboard, and the Angels with a 1-run lead. They lead at 5-4. Here's Putnam, 6'1", about 220 pounds. 1 for 1. Singled and scored his first time up and walked his last time up. Timeout for just a moment as first base umpire Terry Cooney comes all the way across the diamond, and he's going to instruct, I think, a cameraman to alter his camera to get rid of a glare, I suppose. He wants a towel. Stay tonight at 8. Rick James, Chuck Mangione, and Catherine Bach in America are just some of the guests who join television's hottest new show. For the best in music and comedy, it's Laugh Tracks. Tonight at 8, right here on Channel 5. No balls, 1 strike on Putnam. Larry Parrish at second base, Jim Sundberg at first, and there's only 1 away. 5-4, California. Uh-oh. Putnam hits a high fly ball to right field. It's playable. Reggie Jackson near the warning track makes the catch. Parrish tags. He goes to third. So there's 2 away, and Rangers at the corner. Boy, when I thought Putnam hit that ball, I thought it was gone.
So did a lot of other fans here at the Big A, but he just got under it. He had a good pitch to hit. Reggie goes back, plenty of room. Gets under it, and then we'll get the ball back to the infield. 2 away.
2 down, the tying run at third base, and the batter is third baseman Bill Stein. Stein 0 for 2, bounced to Carew at first base and struck out. Now there's some kind of commotion on top of the Ranger dugout. That's cleared away, and the game continues, and Goetz' first pitch is swung on and missed 0-1 on Stein. Stein from Battle Creek, Michigan. A .240 hitter this year, just 1 home run, 15 runs batted in. He's playing a lot lately since the absence of Buddy Bell. Ground ball hit slowly toward Foley, and he'll do it himself. And Dave Goetz is out of the 6th inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. The Rangers have now left 4. And after 5.5, it is California 5 and the Rangers 4.
Most places tune your car in park, so it runs perfectly in park. But cars have to do more than stand still. Cars have to accelerate from a dead stop, like they do on the dynamometer at Mark C. Bloom. Cars have to face steep inclines, like on the dynamometer at Bloom. Cars have to pass at high speeds, like on the Clayton dynamometer at Bloom. We tune cars the way people drive cars. Mark C. Bloom, we take care of your car from the tires up.
On some airlines, you give up a lot to get a low fare.
I found a low fare.
Great, but we have to change planes twice?
Arrive at 3 a.m.
Some low fare.
But on American Airlines,
We're giving you our best.
With low Super Saver fares on every flight.
Everywhere we fly in the U.S.
With full service all the way.
All this.
And a low fare, too.
We're American Airlines, doing what we do best.
His life belonged to England. His love torn between 2 women. Tonight, Robert Taylor is Ivanhoe, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Joan Fontaine.
I, Wilfred of Ivanhoe, do challenge the judgment of this tribunal.
To Ivanhoe.
He fought for love, for honor, and the future of a kingdom. A classic tale of swords and chivalry nominated Best Picture of the Year. Robert Taylor is Ivanhoe, tonight at 6 here on Channel 5.
More runs may be required before the afternoon is over. California currently leads it 5-4. As they head for the bottom of the 6th inning, Bobby Grich, Tim Foley, and Bob Boone, the numbers 7, 8, and 9 hitters in that Angel lineup, will face Tom Henke. Tom in relief of Charlie Huff. Huff pitched 4 1/3, gave up 5 runs, 8 hits, struck out 3, walked 2, and allowed 3 home runs. He also hit a batter. Bobby Grich, one of the home runs, his first time up. Huff had him down 0-2 and came in with an 0-2 pitch, and Bobby parked it. But the Angels go from the knuckleball of a Charlie Huff to the fireball of a Tom Henke. He can throw hard. Slider stays low and away, so it's 1-1 on Bobby Grich. Bobby homered. He now has 19 with 64 runs batted in, and struck out his last time up, so he's 1 for 2. Hit toward Putnam, and he feeds Henke, and there's 1 away. 3-1 if you're scoring. 1 down, and the batter is Tim Foley.
Shortstop.
Angels baseball also sponsored in part by the makers of Toyota cars and trucks, to remind you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety. So get the feeling whenever you drive. Foley batting .406 against Ranger pitching this year. Doesn't have a home run against him. In fact, he only has 3 on the year, but he's driven in 6. He's 1 for 2 today, singled in the first and bounced out to the pitcher his last time up. Flares this one foul up into the second deck, and it's 0-2. Tomorrow afternoon in the final of this series and the last regular season game, it'll be Mike Smithson for the Rangers and Tommy John for California. That's tomorrow, 1 o'clock here at the Big A, and it'll be Fan Appreciation Day. So come on out and enjoy the afternoon with us. Broken bat and hit slowly toward Bill Stein. He's got to hurry. And there's 2 away. I think Tim Foley with a set of good legs might have beat that one out.
Well, he might have. But I have been very much impressed with the way that Tom Henke has been pitching. Dropping down sidearm like that from time to time off some right-handers. He can be awfully nasty to some of those right-handers.
Here's Bob Boone with 2 away. Henke came up from the Denver farm team, their AAA affiliate, with a record of 3 wins, 6 losses, an ERA of under 3, but he struck out 91 and walked only 33. That in only 78 innings of work. Sidearm inside with the fastball, and it's 1-2.
That's the pitch I was talking about. That can be awfully rough on some right-handers, especially if he comes up with a breaking ball from down there.
That's high, gets away from Sundberg, and it's 2-2. Bob Boone this afternoon, 1 for 2. Infield single in the second inning, bounced out the third his last time up. Bob batting .256, 7 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Right up, back through the middle, and a base hit for Bob Boone. So Bob Boone gets his second hit of the afternoon. He's now 2 for 3, and the fans are not booing him. They're simply saying Boone.
You don't think Texas is doing everything they can to win this ball game? Look at the effort by the second baseman, Richard. He's doing everything possible to try to make it rougher on the California Angels. Well, that's the way it should be. That's the way you should play the ball game. Play hard, play every one of them to win.
Prideful baseball, no doubt about it. It's the way KC's playing. The Angels allowed him to stay in the race, and they're trying to take advantage of it. Here's Brian Downing. Kansas City won today, by the way, in case you've been out cutting the grass or doing chores. They beat Oakland 5-4 in Kansas City. A couple of runs in the bottom of the 8th inning did the trick. Dan Quisenberry got the win. So the Angels are going to have to do it themselves, and if they win today, they will win the American League's Western Division, have a little fun tomorrow, and then open up the playoffs on Tuesday against either Milwaukee or Baltimore here at the Big A. And playoff tickets, by the way, are still available. 1-1 the count on Downing. 1-2. That fastball by Henke catching the corner. Downing 1 for 2, double and scored his first time up, walked and flat out to the second baseman. And he goes the other way to Pat Putnam with a lazy line drive. So the Angels come up empty. They get a hit. They leave a man. They've now left 5. And after 6 innings, it is California 5 and the Rangers 4.
Toyota presents a truck that gives you the feeling.
The feeling of power in motion.
The Toyota 4-wheel drive truck. It's wild. With a power plant that gives you 100 horses and big load-pulling torque. The minute you drive this Toyota, you know it's telling you to head for the hills. Now you got the feeling.
Somebody did it right.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
There's a difference
difference. We double the difference at Vaughn's.
This week, look for a 2 million pound beef sale with savings on items like Vaughn's Table King boneless beef top sirloin steaks, $2.29 a pound. Boneless beef round steaks full cut, $1.68 a pound. Vaughn's Table King beef T-bone steaks, $2.29 a pound. Plus, check this week's paper for money-saving double coupons.
Overall, it's Vaughn's.
It's Jekyll and Hyde together again in the most audacious, outrageous comedy of the year. Jekyll and Hyde together again, and they're still crazy after all these years.
I am the doctor!
You need a doctor!
Now playing Man National, Westwood Man, Chinese Hollywood in a theater or drive-in near you.
As we go to the 7th inning of play, Mike Richard. Texas will send up their number 9 hitter, Mike Richard, who has contributed today with an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Grounded out his last time, hit the ball to the left side of the diamond, faces Goltz here for the 2nd time. It was his RBI single that sent Ken Forsch to the showers back in the 2nd. Goltz delivers a breaking ball outside for ball 1. David now has worked 4 1/3. They have gotten him for 1 run. That was a home run by Pete O'Brien. Bullpen stays busy. The breaking ball misses for ball 2, 2-0. 5-4 lead for the Angels. 5-9-0 for the Angels. 4-7-0 for Texas. Out of play and back here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Richard, a year ago, the top hitter in the American Association. Darrell Johnson, the skipper of the Texas Rangers, on an interim basis, I guess. He's going to remain with the club, they tell us, next year as a pitching coach. Fastball over but low. Ball 3, 3-1. Awfully close and didn't get the call. A flare out toward right could be trouble. Jackson coming on and can't get there. Richard with a little bloop single out in right field. So he continues to be a pest.
That's exactly right. This pesky little hitter inside out with the swing, and the ball hit right in between the infield and the outfield. And Reggie playing cautiously, not wanting the ball to get by. So there's a man on.
And that is the tying run. That'll bring up George Wright, hitless today, 0 for 2 with a walk. And Gene Muck coming out to have a talk with Bill Kunkel. Dave Goltz, as we told you, has worked 4 1/3. That is a fairly long period of time for him. He was on the DL with the cut finger, and he may be starting to weary just a little bit. And I think Gene went to Bill Kunkel to see if he could check on his pitcher's condition. Did you take a look at Sanchez out there?
Kunkel pointed at, or looked at Darrell Johnson and pointed to his stomach as if Dave Goltz might be suffering with some kind of intestinal problem, and they're going to make a change.
So that will do it for Dave Goltz, and apparently may be suffering from an upset stomach, and that was what the indication was from Bill Kunkel. And I'm sure David told Gene Muck before he went back out there that I'm not feeling so hot. Keep an eye on me. Gives up the little flare to right. The tying run is on base. Luis Sanchez fronts in from the bullpen.
Your attention, please. Coming in a pitch for the Angels.
So as Sanchez makes his way to the mound to meet with the skipper, we'll go away for a moment and return.
Michelob brings you the 7-day weekend. Windy City style. The city's alive 7 days of the week. And Chicagoans make every one of them special with a smooth and mellow taste of Michelob.
Michelob at booth 1. Now that's my kind of night in the town.
Put a little weekend in your week, yeah.
The One Brand Tire Store versus Mark C. Bloom. The One Brand store sells one brand, But Bloom sells General, Michelin, Bridgestone, Dunlop, Pirelli, Uniroyal, Kelly, and many, many more. So if one brand isn't right for your car, Bloom has another brand that is. The One Brand Store versus Mark C. Bloom. Now, where do you think you'll find the right tire? Mark C. Bloom. You can't choose the right tire if you don't have a choice.
Sir, what do you think about Carefree Sugarless Gum's new improved taste?
Tastes terrific, but sugarless can't be.
Isn't that new Carefree taste great?
Tastes too good to be sugarless.
What about that new Carefree taste?
Great, but if it's sugarless, I'm Will Chamberlain.
When we say Carefree's improved, it's improved. And when we say it's sugarless, it's sugarless.
Can I have a stick?
You better give him two.
There you look at Luis Sanchez. Luis coming out of relief of Dave Goltz. David worked 4 1/3, gave up a run on 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 2. Was touched for 1 home run. And Luis Sanchez makes his 46th appearance of the year. Record of 7-4, and run average 3.31. He has struck out 55, walked 33, worked 89 2/3. Works here to the switch-hitting center fielder George Wright with the tying run at first base. A 5-4 lead for the Angels. Top of the 7th inning. Ground ball to short, could be 2. Foley to Grich 1. Safe at first. He beat it out. Ball was hit in such a fashion that it was going to be tough to turn. You could tell that when it came off the bat. 6-4.
Well, you're right. The ball hit slowly enough toward Tim Foley. You got to get the lead runner in this situation, as Wright drove it into the dirt in front of the plate. They do that, and Wright runs just too well to get him at first base.
So Wright becomes the tying run at first base with 1 out, reaching on the fielder's choice. Wayne Tollison, the switch-hitting shortstop, up there. Luis in a big situation. He has 4 saves to his credit and trying to nail one down here for Dave Goltz. And in the process, the biggest item of all, trying to nail down the Western Division title. Misses high with a fastball, ball 1. Tollison not hitting much, but he's been a pest. He had a couple of hits last night, 2 out of 3 hitless today. 0 for 3. He struck out his last 2 times up. Takes a strike, showing the bunt. You joined us a little late. Kansas City has already won their game. You look at Wayne Terwilliger flashing the signs from his third base coaching box. Kansas City won 5-4. An Angel win here today does it. If they don't do it today, it's tomorrow. 2-1 count on Tollison. Ken Forsch worked an inning and 2/3, charged with 3 runs. Goltz 4 1/3, charged with 1. Leaves with a 5-4 lead. Strike 2. Again, he showed the bunt. 2-2 on Tollison. 1 out. The tying run at first base. And Tollison gives you the appearance he can run a little bit, so if he hits the ball on the ground, it would be a tough double play to turn. Not unturnable, certainly, but had to hit it sharply enough to give him a chance. Struck him out. Tollison down on strike. 3rd consecutive time that he has struck out.
Now Sanchez kept this ball away from him. A good fastball by Louis, tailing down and away. And a good pitch at the right time. Say, when the game's over, there's still more fun and excitement for you at Taco Bell. Deliciously different food and excitingly different taste. So after the game, see for yourself what a difference Taco Bell makes.
Johnny Grubb, the batter, 0 for 3, has grounded out twice, popped up another time. Bats here with 2 out and the tying run at first base. Sanchez starts him with a fastball for a strike at the knees. Luis, I'm sure, was made well aware of the importance of the situation when he came to the mound. They start the runner. A chance to get him. He is out at second base. Bob Boone does it again. I tell you. 2-6 on the put out at second base. And Boone cuts down right. No runs. A base hit. Nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh to score. The Angels 5 and the Rangers 4.
Some people have a harder time getting to work than others. And for those people, we proudly present the Toyota Corolla Tercel.
Oh, boy.
Roomy inside at a very affordable price.
Help! Help!
The Toyota Tercel with front-wheel drive traction to get you out of those sticky situations.
Do you have a good day, Harold?
Helen, it's a jungle out there. Tercel!
A very important message from Burger King.
At this time, we'd like to offer our sympathy to McDonald's and Wendy's. You see, the Whopper beat the Big Mac for best taste overall among consumers of both burgers. In a similar test, we beat Wendy's single. Now, that may have surprised McDonald's and Wendy's. Well, so we just wanted to say, it's okay, guys. Winning isn't everything, but it sure is fun.
Aren't you hungry for Burger King now?
The airline with one of the most modern fleets in all the world still believes in the romance of travel. Singapore girl, you're a great way to fly.
Here's the play at second base. Wright sliding in. Watch the left hand. This is the one that gets tagged. He's reaching for the bag with it, and Foley gets him on the left hand as he comes into the bag for the final out. So Rod Carew will lead it off here against Tom Henke. There's Reggie. And Lynn, Carew, Lynn, and Jackson. Gene Mauch. A dugout of anticipation right now. Leading by one. 5-4. They bat here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Henke in relief of Huff. He has been strong since coming on, has given a base hit, has thrown a double play ball. Starts Carew with a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Just outside for a ball. 1-1. Rod has had an RBI single today, bounced into a double play, walked and scored. He was on base when Lynn homered in the fifth inning. That's what put the Angels on top 5-4, where they stand right now. Dumps it up the third base side, and they get it. Fine. No, he can't do it. Beat it out. Rodney with the bunt single. This is textbook, folks. Textbook.
Stein playing a little bit behind the bag, and Rod notices that and lays it down beautifully. Bill made a good play. Almost got him. But Carew among one of the best bunters in the American League. What a pretty play.
Here is Fred Lynn. He homered his last time up. He's had some good cuts today. This is the first time that he has faced Henke today. Fastball outside for a ball. He homered off Charlie Huff well into the right field bleachers. His 21st of the year. He has swung the bat well all year against Texas. He owns a .469 batting average against them. He's now hit 3 home runs against Texas pitching, and he's ahead on the count, 2 balls, no strikes here. As you look to the 8th inning, for Texas, it would be Grubb, Parrish, and O'Brien up there. The bullpen will stay busy. A 1-run ball game. Last night, the Angels won it 4-0. They played 3 consecutive 1-run games with Kansas City before coming home. Winning 1 out of the 3. Kansas City has already won today. They defeated Oakland 5-4. Lynn taking outside ball 3. See if they give him the green light here on 3-0. Nobody on, runner at first base, looking for some insurance. Strike. And really, I don't think had any intention of swinging. Might have, but it looked like he was just having a look, taking all away.
On deck, Reggie Jackson. He's hit a home run today. 1 out of 3. 3-1 count on Fred Lynn. Strike 2 call. Right at the knees. Fastball. Let's see if they send Rod now. 3-2. Nobody out. Hinkie, with an idea that they might, goes over there. Pat Putnam is the first baseman there. The first base umpire is Terry Cooney. Saw in that picture. 3-2 and another toss over to first base. The Angels lead by 1. They've had 10 hits today. 5 runs on 10 hits. Texas 4 runs on 8. There have been 6 home runs hit in this game, 3 by each club. And again, Rodney is back. Fred Lynn, a .298 batting average as he stands in right now. Since the All-Star break, Fred has batted .311. He's up that today. He's hit 12 home runs, and he has driven in 55. Swing and a miss and a high throw, but Rodney is out at second base as Lynn strikes out into a double play.
Rod was on the move with the pitch. And pretty good fastball tailing away from Lynn. And they still able to get Rod Carew even with a high throw.
2-6 on the put out at second base. Lynn strikes out into a double play, and so Jackson is up there with 2 out and nobody on. Took a chance on Lynn not striking out, but he did. So there are 2 out. Saw that happen the other night in Kansas City in the first game of that series when Jerry Martin struck out twice during the game into a double play in a game in which the Angels were the winners. Reggie with a home run the first time up has since grounded out and flied out to center field. He faces Hinkie here for the first time. The inning had a promising beginning. Strike on the outside corner. Hinkie has not had much work up here. This is the 8th appearance he has made since coming up. Half swing, slow roller by the mound, charging over. Stein bobbles the ball. Nobody can do anything with it. It'll be ruled a base hit, an infield hit. And excuse me, infield hit by Reggie is second, and that keeps the inning alive for Doug DeCinces. He didn't want to swing. The ball hit his bat and rolled by the third base side of the mound, and Hinkie not terribly nimble coming off the mound trying to get to it.
There's no way to be ready for this kind of a hit. And give credit to Reggie Jackson. He hustled down the line very well, and the Angels have come up with a couple of infield hits. A bunt by Carew, but he's gone now, and Reggie's infield hit.
Doug DeCinces with a single his last time is 1 out of 3. His base hit in the 5th inning is what sent Charlie Huff to the bench. The bench looking on is Gene Muck studying the situation. DeCinces taking that slider for ball outside. High strike going to Hinkie. 1-1. Doug batting .301. He struck out his first time up, but reached on a passed ball when the knuckleball got by Sundberg. Grounded out in the 3rd and singled in the 5th inning, but was wiped out on a 5-4-3 double play. Out of play back here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on DeCinces. Doug tied with Reggie Jackson for the RBI leadership on the club with 97. The Angels with a win here today. They hang on to this 5-4 lead or increase it They win the American League West. Struck him out. Slider catches DeCinces looking. Hinkie gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. A big strikeout into a double play, and the strikeout that ends it. No runs, 2 hits in the inning, a man left. The Angels have stranded 6. And after 7 innings of play, the score remains Angels 5 and Texas 4.
With more and more gas stations closing their service bays, where do you go for car service? Mark C. Bloom. You need a battery? Bloom stocks over 5,000 batteries. Maintenance-free batteries for almost any domestic or foreign car. With 47 stores to back and service you. Now, where are you going to take your car for service? Mark C. Bloom. We take care of your car from the tires up.
I wouldn't go up there if I was you. There's a giant up there. You're going to meet the giant.
I know. A giant of a National Lumber special.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Sturdy but lightweight, the Rubbermaid 32-gallon roughneck trash can, now $9.77 at National Lumber.
My Scottish cheesecake, what?
Am I too late?
National Lumber.
Really happy with my bank.
Well, I just got my interest-earning checking account.
Oh, did you go to a savings and loan?
Mm-hmm.
Does yours have a check guarantee card?
Right.
And overdraft protection?
Yep.
Did you get a credit card?
Mm-hmm. How much do you have to keep in yours?
As little as I want.
Hey, where'd you get it?
At Home Savings, a $2,000 balance in any savings account qualifies you for an interest-earning checking account. And you can get a package of added services at Home Savings of America.
Johnny Grubb leads it off against Luis Sanchez, top of the 8th inning. He was at the plate the last time up there when Wright was cut down in second base and fouls one away down below. Grubb to be followed by Parrish and O'Brien. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the lineup. 5-4 lead for the Angels over Texas. Trying to settle another division title here. Only one has been settled, and that was the National League East. The West is still alive. The West here is still alive. The East in the American League is still alive. Too high, 1-1. Luis in relief of Dave Gose. Threw it right by him. A high hard one. 1-2. Grubb this afternoon has grounded out twice, popped up another time. Just missed. Boone thought they had him struck out and didn't get the call. 2-2 on Grubb. That looks like a fastball. Let's see. Broken bat, ground ball to the right side. Grich flags it down. Up, throws. He got it. What a play by Bobby Grich. When it looked like Grubb had been given an extra strike and a borderline pitch that he didn't get, he breaks his bat on this one, and Grich, when it looked like it was by him and into right field, dives and flagged it down. What a play by Bobby Grich to start the 8th inning. And just getting Grubb at first base. One away. Again, Grich scrambling to his knees. Can't get a great deal of mustard on it. Slider in for the strike here to Parrish, who's had 2 hits today, including a home run, 2 out of 3. Strong right-handed batter, the right fielder. Came inside and fouled away. 0-2 to count. The Angel bench looking on in quiet anticipation. That man trying to win his first division title. It has come down to game 161. Just missed for a ball. 1-2. Luis came on to get the final 2 in the 7th inning. Has retired the first here in the 8th. Just missed low and away with the breaking ball. 2-2. One out, nobody on. Full count on Parrish now. 3-2. Here's a final on the UCLA game. They beat Colorado 34-6. UCLA 34, Colorado 6. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Parrish is called out of there. A borderline call. He doesn't care for it. But there are 2 down. See what you think. Down and away and punched out of there by Bill Kunkel. And the batter, Pete O'Brien. He's had a home run today. 1 for 3. A rookie first baseman outfielder by trade, working as a designated hitter today. First pitch to him is too low for a ball. One and one on Pete O'Brien. He can hit the long ball. He has proved that today. Outfield straight away for him. Carew guards the line. A swing and a miss on the slider, and it's 1-2. We're in the top of the 8th inning. 5-4. Angels lead by 1. 4 outs away from a division championship and a trip to the playoffs. Just missed outside low for ball. 2-2 on Pete O'Brien. 2 out, bases empty. Struck him out. Sanchez blows away O'Brien. 1-2-3 go the Rangers in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the score: the Angels 5 and the Rangers 4.
Michelob brings you the 7-day weekend on top of the world style. Whether you're 100 stories above the city or a mile up in the mountains, the smooth and mellow taste of Michelob makes weekdays a little more special all across the country.
It's the best beer in the house.
Put a little weekend in your week.
What's Taco Bell come up with now? A new reason to try the giant Taco Bell Grande. Besides getting more of all the delicious, savory flavors in our biggest taco ever. If you try one now at the regular price, you'll get a medium-sized Pepsi-Cola with it for just 5 cents. So come to Taco Bell and try the giant Taco Bell Grande for a new reason. A medium soft drink for a nickel.
Ooh, what a difference Taco Bell makes.
His life belonged to England. His love torn between 2 women. Tonight, Robert Taylor is Ivanhoe, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Joan Fontaine.
I, Wilfred of Ivanhoe, do challenge the judgment of this tribunal.
To Ivanhoe.
He fought for love, for honor, and the future of a kingdom. A classic tale of swords and chivalry, nominated Best Picture of the Year. Robert Taylor is Ivanhoe, tonight at 6 here on Channel 5.
The boss and Mrs. Autry sitting on in anticipation also of a division title here this afternoon. They have seen their club go ahead, fall behind, and come back and take the lead as Baylor leads it off against Hinkey here in the 8th. Drives one into the corner. Grubb won't get this. It gets away from him, and Baylor's going to wind up with 2. And Don will pull up with a leadoff double here in the 8th inning as the Angels try to pick up a little insurance. There's the groove out at second base with his first hit of the day. 1 out of 3. The pitch appeared to be up, and he hammered it hard down the line and left. It took a hop off the wall and then eluded Johnny Grubb out there for the moment. A leadoff double, and the batter, Bobby Grich. While Bobby makes his way to the plate, we'll remind you that there are still some tickets left for both playoff games, Tuesday and Wednesday. Ticket office will be open tomorrow and Monday, 9 a.m., and will remain open while the playoff tickets last. So you still have time to get some. And there are some tickets available for tomorrow's Fan Appreciation Day as well. The big day here at the ballpark tomorrow. Mucho prizes to be given away. The Angels would like to celebrate that division title this evening. Grich taking the breaking ball outside. Bobby is homered, struck out, and grounded out to the first baseman. He wants to get it to the right side of the diamond at least. Outside for ball 2, 2-0. Angels lead by 1. They'd like to have a little more as you look forward to the 9th inning for Texas. It would be Sundberg up there, Putnam, and then Stein. Outside again, ball 3. Hinkie, knowing what Gritch has on his mind, I'm quite sure, keeps pitching him to the outside part of the plate. Outfield shading Bobby to the opposite field. Dave Baylor at second base with that leadoff double. Strike. 3-1. Full count now on Bobby Gritch. Since Hinkie came on, he has given up 4 hits. He struck out a couple. He's been helped by 2 double plays. Three-2 pitch now. Gritch down on strikes. He's unable to advance the runner. So after going 3-0 on Bobby Gritch, Hinkie comes back to get him. The batter, Tim Foley, take a look at it one more time. Didn't appear to be a troublesome pitch, just one that he didn't happen to get that time. Foley takes a slider, strike call. Hinkie has worked 3 innings. 1 out. Runner at second base. Bottom of the 8th inning. Pops foul out of play and off to the right side. It'll drop down below. They have gotten nothing off Hinkie. The winning margin belongs to Fred Lynn right now with that 2-run homer in the 5th inning. Hinkie has given up 4 hits, but they've got nothing else. Broken bat, ground ball up the left side. You have to bring a new one out to Timmy. Don't forget, tomorrow is Fan Appreciation Day. And again, a reminder that the ticket office will be open 9 to 5:30 tomorrow, as well as Monday, for the purchase of playoff tickets. Benicus loosening up out there to make a defensive appearance. Tim Foley would like to get a big base hit here. Something with 1 out to drive in Baylor. Give them a little cushion going to the 9th. Grounds it toward Putnam. Boots it. Can't find it. Baylor's going to try to score. Here comes Nope. He's going to score with no throw. It'll be an error, I'm sure, on Putnam at first base. It is going to be a hit. It'll be ruled a hit. Timmy gets a base hit and an RBI out of it. Baylor scores. That makes it a 6-4 margin. They'll have at least 2 runs with which to play in that top of the 9th inning. And Foley getting his 56th run driven in of the year. And the batter will be Bob Boone. Bob has had 2 hits today, 2 out of 3. So they make use of the leadoff double here in the 8th inning. Starts him with that slider for a strike. Five hits off Hinkie. A total of 12 on the day. That will be out at second base. Richard got back to the edge of the grass. A little soft liner. So Boone is out, and the batter will be Brian Downey. The Angels now with 13 hits, 8 of which went against Charlie Huff. 5 given up by the big right-hander Hinkie. 2 out now. Foley at first, Downing. Takes high, ball 2-0. A run home here in the 8th inning. A leadoff double by Baylor. Rich struck out. Foley with an infield hit that drove in the run as Putnam lost the ball at the back edge of the skin part of the infield around first base. Too high, ball 3-0. In the Texas 9th inning, it'll be Sundberg, Putnam, and Stein due up there. The Angels will have at least a 2-run cushion. Borderline call went to Henke. 3-1. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Bryant's had a double. He's 1 out of 3 today. Lined out to Putnam at first base his last time up. Half swing and a slow roller up the right side. Didn't want to swing. Throws his bat away. Didn't want to do that. The frustration coming out of every pore of Brian Downing when he does something like that. Tim Foley on at first base, responsible for that little added run. Downing with a full count, 3-2, and Foley will be off with the pitch here with 2 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Well struck toward right. Back is the right fielder. Parrish near the track. He's there and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Bryant gave it a charge, but not quite enough. But a run is home. On 2 hits in the inning, they leave a man. They've stranded 7 as they go to the top of the 9th inning. In keen anticipation, the fans here, 33,405 strong, give them a standing ovation. Sanchez goes to the mound. The score. Angels 6, Texas 4.
They assault. These are the enemies of the adult mouth. And here is what they leave behind. The food, the film, the bacteria that can cause adult bad breath and cavities. And this is the adult strength toothpaste tough enough to clean up the adult mouth. Gleam. Gleam works 3 ways. First, Gleam helps strip away food and film with an exclusive cleaning formula. Then Gleam fights mouth odors with 7 breath protectors, and Gleam helps protect against cavities with proven fluoride protection. So eat and drink like an adult, but protect your mouth with Gleam, the adult strength defense that fights the enemies of your mouth.
When I said nope to my soap and yes to Zest, I started feeling my best.
When you discover the cleaner feeling of zest, you're gonna be feeling your best.
I used to use soap. Got rid of dirt okay, but stuck me with sticky soap film.
In water, you can see the tacky film soap leaves even after rinsing. Zest doesn't. Deodorant Zest is specially made to rinse without leaving sticky film.
With Zest, I feel cleaner than I did with soap. Now, nothing comes between me and feeling so clean. I'm feeling my best.
Discover the cleaner feeling of zest. You're gonna be feeling your best.
I'm feeling my best.
Get Zest. Feel your best.
Luis Sanchez has already delivered 1 pitch, and Sundberg didn't get it. Strike 1, and this crowd alive with every pitch in anticipation. Out of play. That's Juan Beniquez out in left field. And Bobby Clark taking over in right field for Reggie Jackson. No other changes. Sanchez with an 0-2 count here on Sundberg, who's had 2 hits today. A home run and a single. 2 out of 3. Out of play again. Sundberg hanging tough. It is 6-4. The Angels by 2. 3 outs away from a Western Division title. They know that Kansas City's already won. 1-2. Sundberg to be followed by Putnam, a left-handed batter, and then Stein. 1-2 pitch. Toward the third base side, taken by DeCinces. Makes the throw. What a play. Take a look at it one more time and you find out why They're in the position they're in today. DeCinces with a tough hop on the final one. A full spin and tosses on Sundberg one away. 2 outs to go for the title of the West. The batter is Putnam. Putnam is singled, walked, and flied out. Out of play back here to our left. Joe Butita's already made his way downstairs. Now the camera set up. If it is to be today, we'll be down there and bring it to you. Strike 2 on Putnam. Bullpen is busy. The fans on their feet, especially down below here at Anaheim Stadium. 1-2. Putnam with power. He's hit a couple of home runs, spent most of his time in Denver. Stays alive, fouling it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There you get an idea of this crowd and anticipation of the celebration to come. Their club leads by 2. 6-4, 6 runs on 13 hits for the Halos. 4-8-0 for Texas. To Putnam. Out of play and off to the left side. On deck, Bill Stein. 1 out here, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning. Luis Sanchez trying to nail it down for the Halos, and Dave Goat just missed low with the fastball. 2-2. Gene Muck looking on. He doesn't look like he has eager anticipation, but it's inside. It's there. Toward first. Rod Carew will play it alone. 2 away. With 2 out. Bill Stein will step in. Luis ready to work to Stein. Too high with the fastball. 1-2. Or 1-0, I should say. Stein today is hitless. Grounded out twice, struck out another time. A little bit outside. Luis wanted the call, so did Boone. 2 balls, no strikes on Stein. 2 down. There's a strike. 2-1. No doubt about it, this place will erupt when that final out is made. If they hang on and win this thing and nail it down. Out of play, whistling back into the seat. And it struck someone. 2-2 the count on Stein. Gene Muck. 1 strike away from a championship. Here's first. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Inside for ball. Full count. 3-2. Three and 2 on Stein. Is this the one that does it for me? Out of play. Foul off the first base side. Reggie. Tom Morgan, the pitching coach. Gene Muck. Play again. Stein battling Sanchez here. Sundberg is grounded out. Putnam is grounded out. Stein with a 3-2 count. Trying to make it as tough as he can on the Halos. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Just missed ball 4, and he loses him and brings the tying run to the plate. A 2-out walk here in the top of the 9th inning. Is the first man to reach base off Sanchez, and Carew wants to come in and talk it over. The first walk given up by Luis. Lamar Johnson will bat for Richard.
Lamar Johnson.
Johnson, of course, a definite home run threat. He represents the tying run. Well, this one not quite over. Lamar Johnson batting here against Sanchez. 2 out. Ground ball back to Sanchez. And the Angels have won the West. You don't have to be told what's going on. They have won the West and they're being mobbed out on the pitcher's mound. Look at this. You can't find the players for all the people. They finally let them make a way to the dugout. Fans pouring onto the field. The Angels have won the West. And still, some of the players not able to get back into that dugout and make their way back up. They win it here 6-4, the Western Division champions.
Mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3.
And uphill struggle all the way, no doubt about that. Today they started taking a lead 2-0 in the first inning, only to see Texas come back and take a 3-2 lead in the second inning. But they battle back to win it. The winning RBI on Fred Lynn's 2-run homer in the 5th inning. They got insurance in the 8th, and they win it 6-4. Congratulations, Preston Gomez, Gene Mock. Let's go downstairs to Joe Butina.
He did in relief this afternoon. So finally, the champagne being broken out after a long, long wait, which seemed like forever. Here's Gene Mock and Reggie Jackson hugging, and Reggie sort of promised them. Gene, congratulations, pal.
Thank you.
Much love.
Thank
Your reaction, if you can come up with one at this touching moment.
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, man.
Gene Mock gets the game ball, and the sensei here, everybody hugging. Congratulations,
Thanks,
Gene.
Jimmy.
Fantastic. Gene Mock thanking everybody and getting hugged by Tim Foley. Here comes the champagne. They finally break it out. Juan Beniquez with the first bottle of champagne. And there's more to come. And wouldn't you know it, the Rickies, Gary Adams. Rick Adams and Gary Pettis with all the champagne. The Angels have won the Western Division of the American League, and finally they are able to celebrate. Just look at the pictures and enjoy. Gene Mock with tears in his eyes as they celebrate in the locker room. Gene Mock making his way toward his private office, perhaps to reflect in a quiet moment the title he finally gets after 23 full seasons as a major league manager. So Gene Mock all by himself while his team celebrates in the locker room. More champagne coming out now. It was almost as if it were a delayed reaction. The players got in here. There was no champagne. There wasn't even any shouting. Now I think that's starting to break in. The corks are popping. And Reggie Jackson. Oh, the champagne is flying hot and heavy here. Fred Lynn and Ron Jackson, Mike Witt, Joe Ferguson, Don Baylor getting doused with champagne. So the Angels, with 1 day left in the regular season, win the American League's Western Division. There's Rod Carew and Reggie Jackson exchanging the bottle of champagne, and each taking a healthy gulp. Reggie, you said in batting practice today you were going to hit 3. You only got 1, but what a one it was.
I'll take 1, that's for sure, any day of the week, especially in October. Super game. Guys played really super well. We were very, very up. and it's just a wonderful, wonderful, great feeling.
Can you share with us, if you will, what you said to Gene Mauch when you hugged him a moment ago?
Congratulations, you deserve it. He told me, he said, it's really sweet for me. It's very special to me. And I just told him, you deserve it. Nice going.
And with all the postseason play you've been in, this is probably special to you, too.
Yes, it is. This is my 11th time being in the playoffs. However, this time here, this town, these people, the ball players here, the fans, the media, everybody has been super to me. They've really given me something extra special here. I'm so happy that we won here. I'm so happy for Gene Autry, his wife, Buzzy Bavasi, and the whole organization. This is a special area, special town, special team, and I'm grateful to be here.
How's the champagne?
It always tastes good when you win.
Congratulations, Reg. Okay, so Reggie Jackson sipping from the champagne bottle. Across the room, a whole lot of other champagne bottles are being opened up as the California Angels have won the American League's Western Division, and now they will wait and see who they play as Baltimore and Milwaukee play off tomorrow. Now we're going to try and get our camera across the room, and you can just enjoy all the celebrating in the locker room. Here's Mr. Autry now. And Mr. Autry taking a swig of the champagne. Boy, he's waited 3 years since 1979 to get another shot of that champagne. So Gene Autry down in the locker room amid the players he's hired over the last several years and enjoying every moment of it. Mr. Autry celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago. The Angels cannot win it on his birthday, but they give him a belated birthday party, and that's just fine with him. So Gene Autry enjoying all the celebrating in the Angel locker room, and I'm waiting for somebody to douse him with some champagne. You see him pose with Reggie Jackson now. And this place, as you can imagine, full of media and Angel players, and Reggie smiling and Gene Autry smiling, and it's on to the playoffs for the second time since 1979. And we'll have to wait a day or so until we see who gets in the playoffs for the American League's Eastern Division. Trying to get in to see Mr. Autry. It's very, very tough. Hey, Mr. Autry. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you.
How does the champagne feel going down and on top of your head? You're pretty wet.
That's all right. I can send another bath when I get home anyway. That's all right. This is a very special day. After 22 years, why, I think this is one of my happiest moments.
Well, it's a belated birthday gift. You had a birthday a couple of days ago, but you wanted it at home in front of the good fans, and I suppose that sets well.
That's right. I had a birthday the 29th, and today's my wife's birthday, Jackie's birthday.
Tonight's the birthday of Mrs. Autry, so it works just as well. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody, too. By gosh, you've all been great for us, and Reggie, thank you, and the rest of the team, too.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot. You've been wonderful.
Thanks.
Okay. Sure.
Everybody calling for pictures, and Mr. Autry, of course, obliging everyone in sight. We're going to try and get over to see Rod Carew now if we can. Rod? I'm getting the cable pulled out of my hand, but Rod, let's see if we get the camera turned around. Here we are now. Rod Carew. Is this as sweet as it was in '79 or sweeter?
Well, I think it's sweeter because, you know, we took it right down to the end, and we know that Kansas City was going to be tough. They're not a pushover ball club. They're a very good ball club. And, you know, we had some pressure from them because of some of the things that happened, you know, in the last 2 series against us. But, you know, we just came through like, you know, like real champions. You know, we went out there and we did it ourselves. Oakland lost 3, and we knew that we had to go out there and win 2 out of 3. So I'm glad that it just ended today and not tomorrow.
You finally get the final good feeling that KC's game ended a couple hours before ours did, and then they sit back and see that California won it. Doesn't matter what happens from here on out.
No, it doesn't, Joe. You know, I was glad to see that they won because this way it gave us a little bit more incentive to go out there. And, you know, the guys are just pushing on the bench all day long, and I'm just tickled to death.
Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Joe.
Okay, here's Freddie Lynn. Fred with such a big day today. Freddie.
Hi, Joe.
Congratulations on another pennant. We're wiping off the lens of the camera. As you can see, this place is going crazy. I'm just trying to...
Time out. Time out.
Time out, says Freddie Lynn. Keep rolling. No!
Yeah! You ain't getting away, Joe. Don't do your interview.
Did my hair move? My hair move? Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Now we're ready. Can I have that for just a moment? Okay. How's that feel? Freddie Land, my kind of guy. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, great ball game. You did it the tough way, coming from behind. Looked like you had it early, then they came back. Texas didn't lay down, did they?
No, they sure didn't. They played a heck of a ball game. God, that burns.
There, use my towel. It didn't do me any good.
We've come from behind a lot this year, and we might as well do it on the last day.
Woo! So, any preferences now? Oh, here's our executive producer, Hector Heighton. And we're going to get Hector. I've been waiting 2 years to do this. How's it feel, boss? And he doesn't even like champagne. Anyway, any preferences, Milwaukee, Baltimore? Or do you even think that far ahead right now?
Well, we've all been thinking about it. We've been kind of pulling from Milwaukee, but since Baltimore has been so darn hot. But right now, we're just happy to be here.
Congratulations. Great ball game.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay. Fred Lynn. Wait a minute now. I got to...
All right.
It was worth it. It's good champagne. Good. Congratulations. Okay, who do we find now? Jeff Zahn. Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you.
Jeff Zahn, earlier in the year, about mid-season, when he was winning so many ball games, a couple of the fans yelled that he might be up for the Cy Young Award, and that's a possibility. No, Jeff winning his ball game yesterday, congratulations. It's been a long season, and you waited a long time to win it, but you got it now. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel very, very elated today. I mean, this is something we had goosebumps all day long. Felt like we could win it today, and it was just great to finally win the thing.
Do you have any preferences now in pitching against the Brewers or the Orioles?
I'm just glad we're in it. I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, time to celebrate and enjoy this, huh?
That's right.
Okay, congratulations. That's great. Great job by Jeff Zahn and all the Angels. We're looking for other people. Ah, Buzzy Bavasi's here. How are you, sir? Congratulations. Got a little wet, didn't you? Uh-oh, here it is.
No, I use this to drink.
Okay. All right, finally. It's been a long, sometimes torturous season, but it's finally over. You got the pennant. Now what do you do?
Well, I think we do something for the man that you work for and I work for. We get into the World Series.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? Now, Baltimore again beat Milwaukee today, and they're coming down to a game tomorrow with a game left in the regular season. What are your thoughts there? Do you have any preference as a general manager where you want your ball club to play?
Not really. I think the Montreal Stadium is more suited for us. I mean, the Milwaukee Stadium. But I don't think our players could care which one wins, really. We have a job to do. They know what the job is. They knew what this job was April 1st, and they finished it April 2nd, and they'll do the same thing. They will go all the way.
One of the real points of this season that stands out is the bench strength that the Angels have had all year long. Did you know when you worked for all these guys and got them on the roster that it might end up like that, where they would contribute so heavily?
Oh, Joe, you never win pennants without a good bench, you know? And keep in mind, our pitching staff was rather maligned at the beginning of the season. But coming down the stretch, that bullpen did a pretty good job.
Oh, you're not kidding. Luis Sanchez sure got hot the last month.
Well, I've never been proud of a young man in my life that I wasn't him today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Buzzy Bavasi and so many. Here's Bruce Keeson. Congratulations, big guy. You've been one of the hottest pitchers in September. Of course, that's been like all career long for you. What are your feelings right now?
Right now, we're just all very happy. You know, we went through some tough times in Kansas City. Of course, winning that first one was a big one. Winning the first one here in this season was a big one, but I think it all boils down to what it was all about, and that was a team effort. We got contributions from everybody throughout the ball club, and that's the way you win, is a team effort. We got an excellent job. Today we came back and fought a hard, tough game, and it's just, nobody said it was going to be easy, and it hasn't been easy all year, but we're finally here where we want to be.
Bruce, you were one of the guys who put your personal feelings and personal aspirations aside a couple of weeks ago and said, I'll do whatever I have to just to get us that pennant. And that kind of attitude has prevailed, hasn't it?
I think everybody has that attitude. Throughout my years, I've had the luxury of playing with contending ball clubs. And, you know, personal goals and personal feelings are for second division ball clubs. We're very proud of what we've done here today, and we just hope we can pick up and go into the playoffs strong, and we'll take it for whatever happens there.
Job well done, Bruce.
Thank you.
Okay, and good luck the rest of the way. Maybe it'll take us into the World Series. Now, here's Tommy John. Tommy was supposed to pitch tomorrow. Will you still work tomorrow?
I don't know. I won't start. I may pitch an inning or two, but they took the pressure off of me anyway now. But, you know, it was great to win it here, you know, in front of your hometown fans. And plus, it was good to win beating the ball club but not backing into it.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody was stressing that the last couple of days, that it'd be nice to win it yourself and not wait for Oakland to lose, because I don't think they're going to lose in KC.
Well, Kansas City is tough, and you know, we played. This is a great year. I've only been over here for 1 month, but I tell you, this is an outstanding ball club. And
and look who's doing it, the rookie.
Hey, thanks.
The rookie. That takes a lot of nerve for a rookie.
That's okay. He's worth it.
Any thoughts about next weekend?
Next weekend? Next week?
Any preferences?
No, I don't. You know, if we play the kind of ball we're capable of playing, we can beat any ball club, and we just got to play good, solid baseball.
Congratulations. Let's take it right to the World Series.
I tell you, that'd be great. I'll drink to that.
Okay, John. Bobby Grich is one of the fellows we haven't gotten yet, and I'd sure like to pour some champagne on his head. Where is Bobby? Follow our camera. We're going to go look for him. He's seated, so I know I can get him. We're making our way to Bobby Grich right now. And as our camera comes on, I got to do this to Bobby Grich. Bobby, how's it feel? I'm going to take the last sip. Congratulations, Bob. Job well done.
Thank you. All right.
How's it feel?
Fantastic. Yeah, really a very special thrill to be a part of all this. And I think we would like to have won it in Kansas City, but actually the thrill is bigger here at home. And there's nothing like the feeling of being on the field when you got 35,000 people pulling for you, screaming for you, and putting all that energy down on you. It's a fantastic experience. And actually, I'm more happy that we can win it here than in Kansas City, so these people could share it with us.
Now, how do you think, personally, Gene Mauch feels right now? After all the celebration began, Gene went into his office all by himself.
Well, he's had a hard, tough season. He's been a fantastic manager for us. He's hung tough. He's been a good leader. He's been hard-nosed. He never gave up. He was always optimistic. I mean, I can't say enough good things about the man. I'm a Gene Mauch man all the way, and my congratulations to him.
The monkey's finally off his sizable back.
Yeah, right. He's got a winner, but now we've got 2 more steps to go. This is the longest and the hardest and the biggest step, but I feel now we get a couple days rest and let's regroup and get ready for the next 2 steps.
Having played in Baltimore before, do you have a preference as to where you play next Friday?
I would rather play in Milwaukee. I think that we play better in Milwaukee than we play in Baltimore. I think Baltimore's tough at home. They've got some good pitching. They've got a good ball club. They're hot right now. They're the hot team of all the big leagues. So I'm pulling for Milwaukee to win tomorrow. But if they don't, it doesn't matter. We got the advantage because we open at home. That's a big plus for us, opening at home this playoff season. So let's win 2, and we'll be on our way.
Congratulations, big guy.
All right, enjoyed it. Enjoyed it, Joe.
Okay. Leave the bottle. Okay, here's the bottle. Bob Boone. We're going to try and find Bob Boone. Ah, Luis Sanchez. Huh? How are you, Louis? Oh, here, right here. Okay, and Preston, good. I got scared for them all. I can't speak Spanish. First of all, what are Louis' feelings? Is this the biggest thing he's ever been part of?
Bueno, por primera vez porque portaba un equipo de Grande Liga, primera vez que me sucede esto.
He said it was the first time being in a big league, you know, and I happened to help the ball club win the championship.
Did he realize, and has he realized all the last month, how important this thing was at this level of baseball?
Si tú sabías lo importante durante este mes que ha pasado, tú ir a lanzar, entiende, ayudar al equipo a ganar. Si tú sabías la importancia que tenía este mes que hemos pasado jugando a la pelota.
Sí, yo durante este mes yo tenía bastante importancia porque me ha dado cuenta que aquí después de este mes que era uno que íbamos a apretar para llegar a una situación como que estamos ahorita.
He said he knew that this last month, you know, was very important not only for him, for the ball club, and more so because Gene Mauch, you know what I mean, gave him the confidence, gave him the ball in a tight situation like he did in Kansas City and of course today.
For about the last month and a half, Louis has been one of the best relievers in the American League. He's only given up a few earned runs in that time. Why the turnaround in the last month? What got him so good on the last month of play?
Él dice que es lo que sucedió a ti, que tú has pillado también durante el último mes de la temporada, ¿verdad? Que tú, como el brazo que tú has tenido, porque tú este último mes has pichado muy bien. ¿Qué tú crees que es lo que...?
Bueno, porque eso me han querido por mi trabajo que he hecho y trabajando todos los días y por eso me mantengo en buenas condiciones para tener en esta oportunidad de ser un buen gran lanzador en estos importantes cines que acabamos de realizar ahora.
What do you say? Give me the opportunity, you know, that he got from Gene, you know, and he always knew he had this stuff. And especially the last to the season, you know, he was called upon in many situations, you know, either to save a game or lose a game, and he did the job, and it brings more confidence on him, you know.
Give him our congratulations and wish him well for the next couple of weeks.
Dice que te da muchas felicidades y que estas 2 próximas semanas más adelante también.
Muchas gracias a ustedes por estar con en la televisión aquí en los Estados Unidos y un ¿cómo se llama? Y un saludo a todas las fanaticadas americanas que van a Los Angelitos de California.
We send a regard to all the fans in Los Angeles, you know, and of course the Latin American people, and thank you for bringing them up in your television.
Well, we're delighted, and thank you, Preston Gomez and Luis Sanchez. So, Luis Sanchez certainly got the job done today. Here's a veteran of many wars, Red Patterson.
Too many wars.
Too many wars in baseball with the old Yankees way back when, and now a success with the Angels. And
well, this is great. I mean, we got some more games in front of us, and they're going to be tough games, but this club can do it, believe me.
We got it again.
Oh. We can do it. We can do it again. Yeah.
Look at Red, he gets behind me. What did he say on the air? I'm not sure I heard what he said.
He's right over here.
We're going to get Bob Boone. Hey, this is fun. We're going to get you, Jim. Doug DeSensei. We haven't got Doug yet. You want to get Doug right now?
Yeah.
What are you all wet about?
What am I red about? What?
All wet about. All
wet about? Oh, because it's going right down.
No. How do you feel?
I feel great, I'll tell you. You know.
Man.
Oh! Well, it
that
feels better, baby. Yeah, it feels better,
There's
man.
Papa Jack, who came off the bench so many times with a key hit. How do you feel being one of the Pine brothers?
Hey, this has got to be the greatest feeling that I ever had in baseball. Doug DeSensei has got MVP of the year, I tell you. He done his job for it, really.
MVP of the year, perhaps, but you got some work left to do, don't you?
Oh, really? You know, the personal honors are, you know, that just comes, but I'm just really happy that you know, we won, and that's what it's all about. You can have the greatest year you could ever have, and nobody match it, but if you don't win, it doesn't mean anything, and that's really what it's about, man. You ought to know, Rich.
There's Reggie with it.
Winning is what it's about, and you know, it's just, we've had a great team. We've battled all year, and you know,
well, let me ask you.
Made it easy for us, that's for sure.
Having played in Baltimore, do you have a preference where you play next Friday? Because we open up here Tuesday, Wednesday.
Well, I'd prefer to play Milwaukee, honestly. I think they don't have the pitching to stop us, where Baltimore's always got good pitching.
Congratulations, and savor this for a couple of hours, because you're back to work on Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. Right now, it's Saturday.
Doug DeSensei. Now, who else can we find? We're trying to get Bob Boone? Okay. Follow me, and we'll wend our way to Bob Boone. Luis Sanchez just shot somebody with a cork. Bob Boone is sitting down over here very quietly, savoring the win with a bottle of champagne. We're going to jump in on his party right now. There's Bob, talking with some of the media.
Outstanding. Going to be tough ball clubs, and we're going to have to put our A game on the field in order to win.
Bob, you don't look wet enough to have just won a pennant. I'm wetter than you.
Good. Good. I'll go take a shower in a minute. I'm just...
Oh, look at this. Bobby Clark right on cue. And Bob Boone is as wet as I am. Bob, stuff burns, doesn't it? How does this compare with other teams you've been on and other winners you've been on? Look at this trio. We got Jeff Zahn, Rick Steyer, Renko, Bobby Clark, beer, and champagne. I thought he was too dry over here. Somebody must have heard me. Look at this. Well, I guess that takes care of our interview with Bob Boone. Hey, Gary, come here. Gary Pettis, who was brought up the last couple weeks of the season. How does this feel, big guy? You're a rookie, and here you are in the middle of a wild celebration in the American League.
Yeah, I tell you, in AAA, we had a little celebration ourselves, but it wasn't as good as this. You know, I don't think anything can compare with this right now.
Congratulations, big guy.
Thank you.
Job well done, and there's some work left to do. We're going to try and find Gene Mauch now. We spoke with Gene briefly when they came into the locker room, and as I reported then, some of the problems were that the locker room was crowded, but after saying thank you to most of his players, Gene Mauch went into the seclusion of his private office, and that's where we're headed right now. So Gene probably content for the moment, and just kind of mulling over the events of today. So follow us as we go into the office of the manager of the California Angels, Gene Mauch. Try and get his feelings on what happened today. Gene, a little bit wet now, so apparently he came out of his office for a short time. Oh. Skipper, you're on live television. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Joe. I'm obviously very emotional about this thing, and especially for the players, that they were rewarded for how hard they played, for Mr. Autry and Mr. Bavesi, who didn't spare anything and given us an opportunity to win. And then somewhere along the line, there's a little feeling of satisfaction for the skipper.
Well, I bet. I don't have to ask how you feel. That's very obvious, but congratulations. Job well done, but you still have some more work to do.
That's all it really means, Joe, so far is that we've accomplished it. We've established a position where we can do something great. That's all it really means right now. The first long step is over, and we got a size 3 step to take care of, and then hopefully we can take a size 4 step.
Tomorrow, you're just going to have a little fun, play some of the kids?
I think the people that are coming out for Fan Appreciation Day are entitled to see the regular players for at least briefly. I'll talk it over with guys like Reggie and DeCinces, who are within range of some personal goals like 100 RBIs and this and that, and see how they feel about it. And tomorrow is their day. I ain't going to worry about it. I'm going to start getting ready for Tuesday.
Savor this. You deserve it.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Gene, can we just talk?
Okay.
Got nailed.
Yeah, we all got nailed with a little bit of champagne. Okay. We are in the Angel locker room now. The Angels having wrapped up the Western Division of the American League. And we're going to pause right now and be right back.
Here's the Mud Monster of Miller Creek with new white jeans, new red T-shirt, and no dry bleach.
Oh, use mine, Jan.
Jan doesn't know. She's getting Biz Bleach. Yes, bleach. It's a whole new way to think about Biz.
That's not my bleach. This bleach will get his muddy pants whiter than liquid bleach and clean his red shirt, too.
Biz is bleach, plus a combination of cleaners other bleaches don't have. So added with detergent, Biz All Fabric Bleach cleans muddy dirt better than liquid bleach.
Wow, really white. Color's bright, too. What was that bleach?
Biz bleach.
Biz is bleach?
Yep.
What do you know?
I know you'd better get some. Mud Monster's back.
Muddy dirt, discover Biz Bleach. And discover a cleaner, whiter wash.
I'm 24 years old. So am I.
One of these joggers is not 24. She's 35 with 3 kids. Eileen Wesson. Can you tell who's who? Eileen looks 24. How about their hands? Look closely. They look young, too.
My hands deserve as much attention as the rest of me. That's why I use Ivory Liquid. Just the name Ivory means mildness to me, and I think the rich, mild suds do help my hands stay young-looking, even with all the dishes I do.
Still can't tell who's Eileen?
Yes, I'm the 35-year-old. Jogging helps keep me young.
And what helps your hands look so young?
Ivory Liquid. The mildness really makes a difference.
Mild Ivory Liquid helps hands look young.
Here we are in the Angel locker room after the Angels have wrapped up the Western Division of the American League, and we have Tim and Timmy Foley. Timmy's a little bit shy right now. He has a mouthful and a handful of bubble gum, but his father's here. And Timmy, congratulations to you. A job well done. You've played with pain, and you played through all that pain, and you got part of the job done, but there's still more left to do, isn't there?
Well, there's no question about it. Right now, we just have to savor this victory. It's just this is what 7 months is all about, is having this moment right here, winning the division, and the rest is gravy. The rest is a lot of fun, and we're gonna give it our best, and the Lord willing, we're gonna come out on top. But we played 7 months for this moment right here, so we're gonna have to savor it for a couple days.
In the last couple weeks, you've been a pretty hot hitter. You've had a good September. After trailing off a bit in August, you've had some injuries. What brought you back in September?
Well, I made a few minor changes. You know, that's the difference between the good hitters and the great hitters is the great hitters, they come back when they do go into a little slump. They find that little something that gets them back. The Rod Carews, you know, all those guys, and
And myself, I just couldn't come back from it. I couldn't find the little thing the little small thing that was taking me away from the ball and making me swing the bat not so well. And the last couple of weeks, I feel better. I feel more aggressive, and hopefully it'll carry on into the playoffs.
You and Bob Boone, most of the year as the numbers 8 and 9 hitters, have formed quite a duo down there. I know you're very good friends. You hang around together a lot on the road, and you've driven in combined well over 100 RBIs. That's something special with you and Boone down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, I choke up and he swings from the end, but we hit a lot alike. We try to approach the ball a lot alike, and we think a lot on the same lines when we're hitting. You know, neither one of us is a power hitter. He can drive the ball a lot further than I can, but we talk about, you know, how do we want to approach this guy and how are they going to pitch us and this and that, and we've really been pretty close all year. But Bob Boone is not making his money hidden. You know, had a great year offensively, but Bob Boone is the best catcher in baseball, and he just had some kind of great year behind the plate.
Congratulations, and rest up. You'll back to work on Tuesday.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Timmy. And thank you, Timmy. Can you say hi and turn around? Maybe your mom can see you on television. Say hi to your mother. I guess he doesn't want to. Okay, we have Don Baylor standing by. He's about the only regular we haven't yet talked to, but we're going to go grab him right now. Tom chatting with Tom Singer of the Herald Examiner, and of course Don very, very excited about what happened in a tacit sort of way. He is the leader of the ball club on and off the field, and he's respected and looked up to by all the Angels and a lot of guys in baseball who regard Don Baylor as a very special human being. So let's stick our microphone in and see what he and Tom Singer are talking about, okay?
That's all we had to do is win 2 out of 3, and we had 3 ball games over there and in Kansas City that we played excellent baseball, and they just came back and beat us. The one game that I thought we had won was the 5-2 game.
Because the way it happened, now you got momentum going into the playoffs, which you might not have.
Well, Baltimore, they've had momentum all of September this year, and Weaver said he doesn't believe in momentum. I do. You know, you ride the crest of good fortunes, and every time you win, it builds up for the next day. And if you're on a losing streak like Milwaukee's on right now, you seem to be down and kind of doubt yourself a little bit. So I do believe in momentum.
Don, the agony of the last week is now over. And what were your thoughts when that last out was made and the guys came rushing in here? Did it bring back some thoughts of '79, or is this a very special year all by itself?
Well, it's just special because of what we've done to get here. We've been criticized for our lack of pitching, but we stayed right here with it, and we knew what we had to do. We got a lot of timely hitting from a lot of players from top to bottom. We got a lot of support from our bench. Our bench has been outstanding all year long, and they won us a lot of ball games off the bench.
Back to work on Tuesday now. Do you have a preference, either Milwaukee or Baltimore?
Well, I just know one thing. We're in it, so I don't think we really care who we face. But if it's Milwaukee, they can't really go with their top pitcher like Vukovic pitched, I think, on Friday night in the doubleheader. So did Carwell. And Palmer, their #1 pitcher, is pitching tomorrow. And Sutton's pitching for them tomorrow. So they can't really come back with their top-line pitcher on Tuesday.
Are you happy that you're opening up at home? Is that any kind of an edge for you?
Well, when you play on the road, you always hope for a split in a 2-game series. And we played in Baltimore in '79, and we lost 2 tough ball games there. And this year we're playing in our own home ballpark, so we'll have the home team advantage. And there's advantage, there's no doubt, because you get the last at bat in the ninth.
Congratulations, big guy. In many ways, you're the leader of the Angels, and we congratulate you for a fine year.
Thank you, Joe. Enjoyed it.
Okay. Don Baylor. Now, we're going to find Jimmy Reese. Jimmy Reese had a birthday this week. He is 77 years old, and with a cigar in his mouth, he's going to come over and talk to us. Jimmy and I have been friends for a couple of years. There's Papa Jack. Anywhere there's a camera, there's Papa Jack. Yeah.
Right, that's right, man.
What do you think of this guy?
He's a hell of a guy, man. He keep the pitchers in shape. He keep the ball players. He keep the Pound brothers in shape by hitting them fungos, and he loves the showboat. He's a showboat. He's the biggest showboat.
Thanks a lot, fellas. I appreciate that.
Jimmy was 77 years old this week, and it was 78 years old. See, we had it wrong. Anyway, he was a roommate of Babe Ruth, weren't you?
Well, we're going back 52 years now, Joe. But this club is comparable to the club that I was with, the Yankees. And they're the best, finest group of fellas I've ever been with. And everybody cooperated with one another. There's no jealousy, no envy whatsoever, despite the fact there were a lot of outstanding players on the club.
You said earlier in the year that, having known Babe Ruth so well, that Reggie Jackson is a more charismatic person.
He compares very favorably with the great Babe. I put him almost in the same class. He has more charisma than anybody I've seen until I saw the Babe.
That's right. Hey, congratulations. God bless you. 79 years old next year.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
good
you,
enough. Jimmy Reese, one of the favorite Angels. He does work out the ball players before the ball. Hey, here's Jack. Here's Jack who feeds everybody.
This is the best we ever had. Better than 79.
Why?
Saturana pits. Satura's pits.
Jack is the guy who cooks all the food for the media, and we know him very well. He smokes cigars like many of us do.
Always.
There you are. How come it's not lit? That's supposed to be a victory cigar.
That is a victory cigar. That's been out with beer, with champagne went out.
How many years have you been with the club now?
16.
16 years, and you've seen 2 pennants, and this is better than 79.
Better than 79. That's good.
Well, keep feeding us the good food. That's part of why we're here.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, Jack. Thank you. Okay, who we got now? Louis Tiant. Oh, I got to brush up on my Spanish again. El Tiante. Here he's got a glass of Gatorade. He's got champagne and the cigar. Well, how does it feel to have accomplished what the Angels have accomplished? You've only been here a short time, but that's... Angel Marino got him.
Well, you know, I feel good. You know how it is. I've been here before, you know. I winning a pennant before with Boston. I know that's a great feeling you can have. I believe in when you come in the playoff and have a chance to go to the World Series. I think a little different when you play a regular season. And, you know, I'm happy because even I'm not pitching too much in the last part of the season. But, you know, I think in the time I wasn't here in the beginning when I started pitching, I'm doing the job, or at least I try. You know, and I'm happy for everybody because I think that's a great feeling for everybody.
How soon will you be able to pitch again, do you think? You've got the hamstring pull?
No, I'm ready to pitch it. You know, 1 week ago I tell Morgan I'm ready to pitch it, but yes, you know, and they come out and they're not using me very much later on, and they've been using the other guy, and I believe, you know, like Kison, he's taking my place, he's doing a hell of a job, and I don't believe in no way you can take a Kison out of rotation.
Well, you may get some work next week and maybe the week after if the Angels are lucky.
I hope, you know, I've been looking for it because I need a pitching, you know, and that's the kind of game I like, you know.
Louis, congratulations. Job well done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Angel Marino, can you interpret for Angel? Louis? Hey, Jackson, are you auditioning or what?
Hey, this is my
Any place we move the camera, Papa Jack comes over. Who can it?
Yes, but how brother like you are killing.
Oh!
I just kidding.
Hey, this lookalike contest. Can you dig it?
Yes,
Who do you guys look like? Hey, you look like up here.
Hey, that's right. That's right. You gotta love it, though, you know.
All right.
Okay. Who's next? We got Hector Heighton, our executive producer, lining people up. Let's just turn around and go back the other way, okay? People starting to clear out of the locker room now. Okay, so we'll pause from the Angel locker room. The Angels, champions of the Western Division of the American League. Let's pause and be right back.
His life belonged to England. His love torn between 2 women. Tonight, Robert Taylor is Ivanhoe, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Joan Fontaine.
I, Wilfred of Ivanhoe, do challenge the judgment of this tribunal.
To Ivanhoe.
He fought for love, for honor, and the future of a kingdom. A classic tale of swords and chivalry nominated Best Picture of the Year. Robert Taylor is Ivanhoe. Tonight at 6 here on Channel 5. Tonight at 11, the undefeated UCLA Bruins take on Colorado in exciting football action. Here on Channel 5, KTLA, Los Angeles.
Okay. Are we on? Okay, Bobby Grich is here. Bobby, you and I are going to walk this way for just a moment. Hector Heighton has corralled somebody that we want to pay a visit to. John Hall, columnist for the Register.
Nice guy. John Hall, back in August, said that we had a bunch of old goats. He said September was too long for us.
You've gotten younger. You've gotten younger.
He said we couldn't make it. We couldn't make it. I love that right there. John,
Terrific. You've made my day.
All right. I waited 2 months to do that. It felt good.
All right. So John Hall, they've gotten younger. He's gotten wetter. Congratulations. Andy Hassler and Dr. Yoakum having a chat. Can we butt in on your conversation, Andy? Congratulations, big fella. You're part of a pennant-winning team. How does it feel? You've been over here sitting quietly and mulling over the situation.
Watching all the excitement and everything. Mr. Autry deserves this, and I've been with Mr. Autry since 1970, and I can't be happier for that man, indeed.
Now, you've got some work left to do as a pitcher. Do you prefer to pitch against Baltimore or Milwaukee?
It really doesn't matter. I guess if I had my choice, I guess I pitch better, a lot better against Milwaukee. So I would hope that they win tomorrow.
Congratulations, and you got maybe a week left, at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, hopefully.
Only a week.
Well, I said hopefully.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Andy Hassler. Okay, who have we not yet gotten? I think we've gotten everybody but Bobby Clark, and here's Bobby smoking a cigar with young Michelle. Okay. Hey, it's been a long season, sometimes an arduous one, but congratulations. And Michelle has a father who is now on American League Championship team.
Yes, it does feel great, especially holding this little one right here. Makes you feel good.
How does it feel coming off the bench like that? I know we've asked that time and time again, but the Pine brothers really became an entity this year. Everyone contributed at one time or another.
Well, it felt good to help the team win. You know, feel like you're part of the team and go out and do the best you can for the situation that you're in. It just makes it a great year.
Bobby, congratulations. Keep it going for at least 2 more weeks.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, Bobby Clark, one of the Pine brothers. So, we'll wrap it up from the Angel locker room. The California Angels beat the Texas Rangers on the next to last day of the season and wrap up the Western Division of the American League. Don't you dare. Somebody was going to get me. So, Joe Butina saying so long until next Tuesday when the Angels open up the playoffs.
This Angels baseball game has been brought to you by Anheuser-Busch St. Louis, brewers of Michelob. Put a little weekend in your week. By Mark C. Bloom, with over 50 stores to serve you in Southern California. You can't choose the right tire if you don't have a choice. By Taco Bell restaurants. You'll find all kinds of deliciously different food waiting for you there. Come in today and see for yourself what a difference Taco Bell makes. By National Lumber, the place with the good stuff at the right price. If you like the game, you'll love the way you and your budget are treated at National Lumber. And by the makers of Toyota cars and trucks, who remind you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety. So get the feeling whenever you drive. Executive producer of Angels Baseball is Hector Heighton. Associate producer is Elena Habib. Director was Joe Quazzarano. Studio coordinator at KTLA was Jim Kane. Production coordinator was Jane Ellen Dawkins. Satellite and transmission facilities arranged by the Hughes Television Network. From Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California, Channel 5 has presented the California Angels versus the Texas Rangers. This is Larry Van Nuys inviting you to join us next Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. from Anaheim Stadium when the Western Division champion California Angels meet the Eastern Division champs in the first game of the American League pennant playoffs.